Yo, what is good, guys? What is good? Welcome to the first episode of From Comics to Movies podcast. Yes, finally, it is here. It's been a long time since this podcast has been announced, but I felt like it was an appropriate time to bring this podcast out onto YouTube. So yeah, to explain this podcast, to let you guys know what's the deal about this podcast, this is going to be like a comic book based podcast, but we're going to be talking about movie aspects as well. Episode 1, episode 2 is going to be special podcasts where I'm going to have a few guests come on and we're going to talk about the topic in hand, and then from there we're going to see how it plays out, because it's also a show that I'm trying to see how the chemistry is going to go and try to see how the flow is going to be as well. It's very new. This is something very different for the channel. It's not gaming, it is comic books. So just want to explain to you guys what is From Comics to Movies podcast. So From Comics to Movies podcast is a new podcast on the channel where I'm going to be speaking on the comic book side of things, giving you guys a little bit more origin story for the things that we watch and perceive in the movie theaters and things like that. So there's a lot of Marvel movies that's coming out where Captain Marvel, Infinity War and all that stuff, where the portrayal of these characters and the story is a little bit different. So I just want to bring that that I want to lessen that gap between the comic and the movie aspect, where people is a little bit more knowledgeable on the comic book side as well as the movie side, and we're gonna compare them and bring them together a little bit. So this is going to be a monthly podcast, not a weekly podcast, but a monthly podcast. And episode 1 is basically what you see right here. It's going to be our MCU tier list debate. So we're going to be talking about a few MCU movies, well mainly all of them, and we're going to have them in a tier list where we're going to debate and see who got the better MCU tier list as far as their opinions. Obviously everything is opinion based, guys, so don't worry about it. It's going to be a few little debate here, but don't worry about it. All right, don't worry about it. Just want to let you guys know as well that Marvel from Comics to Movies podcast is not just a Marvel based podcast. It is also going to be DC as well. So we're going to talk about DC stuff, going to be talking about Marvel stuff, and we're going to just get into a little bit more detail as far as the comic book side of things. Just want to let you guys know as well, episode 2 is going to be coming out after the Endgame, Avengers Endgame. So episode 2 is going to be all about, you see it, Thanos. It's going to be all about Thanos, where episode 2 is going to be called The Mad Titan Thanos. And every episode for From Comics to Movies podcast is going to have a little homework for those people that do watch and want to get more in depth with the podcast. We're going to give you guys a few comic books to read just to catch up and get to date with what's going to be spoken about. And then from there, we do the episode. Also, during this episode, we're going to be giving away what you call it, a month of the first month of Marvel Unlimited. So I'm going to give you guys 1 month of Marvel Unlimited free of charge. The next month is on you, but it's definitely free of charge for the first month, where you guys can have an abundance of comic books to read digitally, for the next, get prepared for the next episode. But I want to introduce the panel that we have in here. Very interesting group. Everybody come from a different dynamic or different walks of life, and it's going to be a good one, man. First, I want to introduce one of my main mans in them, TOA member, my man Up Chuck Gaming. Chuck, introduce yourself, man.
What's up, man? It's your boy Up Chuck Gaming, man. TOA member, you feel me? This one is fun, man. He definitely hit me up. I'm like, yeah, I've seen every movie. So I'm definitely interested to see how we all have our lists, because I was looking at some of these movies. I'm like, Marvel's put out a lot of bad stuff. I got to keep it a buck, man. Marvel always get kind of the shine, but they got a lot of garbage. But we're going to get into it, though, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We definitely going to get into it. Can anybody hear me? Did I freeze up?
Oh, you good?
Am I here? Can you guys hear me? We good?
Yep, I can hear you.
All right, cool. As long as you guys can hear me. I think I just disconnected a little bit there, OBS. Once again, thank you, Optimum. But yo, Ian, what's good, man? What's good? Definitely appreciate you guys coming through. Jigga, what's good? Sorry for that, guys. Sorry for that. But yo, next guest I want to introduce is my man Sentry. Yo, Sentry, what's good, man? Usual Suspects Podcast. What's good?
Oh yeah, y'all can find me at Usual Suspects Podcast. I do podcasts. I'm also from Memphis, so that entails me being not so violent. But if you do trigger me, just expect to catch them hands.
Yo, Sentry is definitely a passionate dude, man. I definitely like his energy, and I like the podcast, man. Usual Suspect Podcast, definitely a dope gaming podcast. If you guys are interested in listening, head on over to my man. I'll have the links in the description for everybody, but also going to be posting it in the chat as well, so you guys can check everybody out. Then I got to introduce my man, the Messiah. The man that's holding it down for the MCU right now in the YouTube streets, Craig Harris. Yo, Craig, what's good, man?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Glad to be here. Thanks for the vine, Jay Barry. Long time no here. Keep up the good work, brother. And shout out to the panel in the chat.
Yo, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. So yeah, guys. So basically, we're going to be doing a tier list, man. We're going to be speaking about our personal MCU tier list. All right. And currently, right now, for like when it comes to Craig and when it comes to Sentry, we're gonna do their tier list live here in the chat in the podcast. So just want to go over my personal tier list. I'm gonna do Chuck's as well. Well, you know what, Chuck? Let's do your tier list first. All right, we're gonna do Chuck's tier list. We're gonna see what it is about, and yeah. Get ready, guys, to be triggered. A lot of people get triggered. A lot of people are gonna get triggered when it comes to these tier lists, but it's okay, guys. It's all opinions, all right? So, Chuck, I got your tier list in front of me right here. Can you see it? Did it pop up yet? No, but you know your tier list, man. Go ahead and explain your tier list here.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me go and bring mine up. Give me 1 second.
I had to make an adjustment to mine. I don't even want to talk about it.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do y'all. We're gonna do y'all's live. All right, we're gonna do y'all's live.
On up right now. All right, so pretty much my S tier is Winter Soldier.
Okay.
Endgame. I mean, not Endgame, but Infinity Wars, and the first Iron Man. That's S tier. A tier, Incredible Hulk. The first Avengers, Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, that's where we gonna fight, Chuck. Don't worry.
All right. B tier. I got Civil War, Black Panther, Homecoming, and both Ant-Man movies. C tier. I got Doctor Strange.
Disrespect.
First Thor.
Disrespect.
Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, and the first Captain America. That is sure. And then D tier, of course. Thor. The second one was awful. Age of Ultron, Iron Man 2 and 3.
Let's work on your D tier before we get to your S tier, okay? And you guys can chime in and question me as well, because this is a debate. We're gonna get to it, man. We're gonna get to it. All right. Okay. So D tier, you have the first Thor, the second Thor.
No, that's the second Thor.
Okay. Okay, so it was the wrong poster in there. All right, so you have the second Thor in there. Why is the second Thor in there? I know a lot of people's reasons, but I just want to get yours.
Well, to me, it didn't really make any sense to me. The movie didn't really connect with me at all, and I never really like Thor. Even like the first movie, I felt was like playing a little bit too safe, and I know it was kind of like an origin joint or whatever, but I didn't really like the Thor series until Ragnarok. Thor 2, I don't even remember what the hell happened in that movie. That's how irrelevant that movie is to me.
That's one thing I can see where a lot of people have Thor 2 as like their lowest, because a lot of people don't know Malakin, the curse and all that. A lot of people don't know Thor lore. So when they see these characters, like, who the hell is this elf dude? You know what I mean? That's going on here. So I can
I
understand
know.
that.
I didn't know. I'm gonna give you the. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, bro, this shit is trash, though. It just didn't. I don't know. I wasn't really feeling that.
All I gotta tell you though, with Thor, with that villain Malekith, just know that he's one of the baddest asses out there in Marvel. Okay. All right, but let's go ahead.
All right, so this is like, because Iron Man 2 and 3, I don't feel like they were like bad movies, but I think the first one set the bar too high for Iron Man. You couldn't never really get back up to that, in my opinion. Both of those movies had some good spots, but overall, trash. But my biggest disappointment in the MCU is easily Age of Ultron.
Oh, man.
That movie was so bad. I love Ultron. He's always been one of my favorite characters. And just leading up to that movie, I think that movie and probably Infinity War is like the most hype I ever got for a movie in the MCU. And it kind of started off good, man, and then it just fell flat. The last battle scene to me wasn't that good.
Mm-hmm.
I just wasn't feeling it, man. I feel like Ultron didn't really feel like Ultron to me, man. I don't know. He just didn't really, how can I say, assert his authority on the movie like I thought he would. It just didn't really vibe with me like that. That is easily my biggest disappointment.
So
out of all these movies.
When it comes to Chuck's D tier, guys, what you think about this? Thor, the second one, Age of Ultron, Iron Man 3, and Iron Man 2. I mean, Age of Ultron, I felt like a little disappointing because Ultron is also like a super like badass, you know what I mean? And I felt they tried to humanize him a little too much, you know what I mean? Where this guy, the overall plot, he was definitely like a bot and doesn't have those type of emotions, but for me, having that face and he can move his mouth, and I was like, yo,
you know what was going on.
Yeah,
bro.
He didn't really impose nothing in my opinion. Like, Ultron used to like mess up the Avengers. You know what I mean? Like the whole. Go ahead, Sentry. Go ahead.
His D tier to me, it's like when I look at it, I'm like, I can respect some of those picks. The only reason I can't say Age of Ultron is that low personally is because of the fact that though it's not Avengers 1, it's still better than a lot of the stuff that's come out.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. And the fact that I kind of have the opposing factor is like, we have to realize that the way we want Ultron, it was not the way they were going to do it. Like, we have to accept this. Like, we wanted that Ultron, the one, like, for example, that in I almost said Secret Wars, not Secret Wars, but Secret Empire. If you read that, I don't know if you did or not. Where he brought up receipts for motherfuckers saying, "Oh, how y'all punk Hank Pym for saying he slapped his wife?" We don't know. He said, "But y'all some punk bitches anyway. I don't fuck with y'all." And I'm like, I respect that. That was some heat right there. I'm like, Ultron is that type of person. He give you heat, and then you over here looking like, bro, I don't even like.
Yeah, Ultron had people traveling back in time, killing people, man. You know what I mean? Shots of Wolverine, man. That was the hardest. Yeah, where he had to go back in time and assassinate Hank Pym because Hank Pym created Ultron and all that. It was like, yo, that was a really tough decision, and nobody wanted Captain America. Everybody was like, no, don't do it, Wolverine, don't do it. My man Wolverine went back by himself. Was like, yo, listen, I'm trying to end this dude. y'all out here wilding, man. I'm about to stab the hell out of this dude.
Yeah,
my man said, fuck it, we gotta do it.
You gotta do what you gotta do out here, man. But I don't rate Age of Ultron this low, but I can understand it though. I can understand it. What about you, Craig? Go ahead and bless the people.
Yeah, I mean, this list here, I mean, it's all opinion. His D list, his D list, I would have put Thor: Dark World down there, taking the first Thor off of it. Thor.
No, that's what I meant.
Yeah, that's what you meant.
I didn't mean to put that.
Yeah. I would, see the Ant-Man one. I thought Ant-Man and Wasp. I thought Ant-Man and Wasp was better than Ant-Man. Thor Ragnarok. I would have that on my top tier for the simple fact that that movie was so well done that at least with Marvel right now, the way Thor will always be written will be from Ragnarok. Him doing what
Oh man, that triggers me so bad, yo.
Yeah.
The Incredible Hulk with Ed Norton, that was diarrhea bad. So that would put that at the F. That would be perfect. But Hulk was so bad. Incredible Hulk was so bad that they almost didn't do Thor. You know, they literally came out and said, well, we'll do Iron Man 2, and that Iron Man 2's got to make a certain amount of money. If it doesn't, the heck with the Avengers. They weren't going to continue. So that's why everybody rushed out to see Iron Man 2. But I like where he's got Spider-Man Homecoming. For me, I would have put I don't see Captain Marvel up here. I would have put her on the A line.
Yeah, we're gonna bring her. We're gonna bring her in last.
Yeah, because I didn't say she wasn't on there. I don't think so.
No, that's cool. And but the rest of them, I would have Civil War one step high. I had Black Panther on the A line. That changed the way movies are going to be made from now on. I got no argument. Infinity War, that my theater at the end of that was
that was an epic moment, bro. That's probably one of the most epic moments I ever had in the movie theater. At the end of Infinity War, I never felt like that.
Quick question.
What's up?
Bro, my theater was so shook. I'm like, y'all knew he was gonna win, right? Because I knew this. I had spoilers from 20 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We
already knew it was gonna be a 2-part. I mean, I was actually hoping leading up to the movie. I'm like, please don't make this shit trash, bro. I mean, I'm like, dude, if it's gonna be 2 parts, just let him win for once, bro. Like everybody actually wanted that, but when it was there, I'd never seen a theater that quiet before. Like he was just sitting there in shock, like what is going on?
Hey, remember everybody was cheering when Thor was like, "Hey, he got his ass."
Yeah,
and went for the head. What?
I was so
but that tier list there, that's actually pretty good. I tried to do this, but that program was installing all these cookies onto my computer, and I had to delete.
Don't worry. We gonna do your do your tier list right now.
We don't have to go line by line. I just kind of like give my thoughts on some of these movies. I think the Guardians of the Galaxy movies is not my cup of tea. I don't know what it is about those 2 movies because a lot of people tend to like tell me they're good, but when I watch them, I don't like it. I don't know, man. It's just they kind of felt off to me. And even though they're integrated in the whole Infinity Saga or whatever, it just those movies I couldn't really click with them.
Yeah,
and I tried watching them multiple times. I'm like, what? Why is everybody telling me these movies are good? And I'm sitting here like, whatever.
I felt like the first one is amazing. The second one was such a disappointment, in my opinion, because they was going crazy. Listen, they're going craziness, right? So they had Ego in that movie, and he had Ego as Star-Lord's father, and I was like, yo, what are y'all doing here, man?
Where my Jason the Spartan?
Yo, they had Ego the Living Planet, a cosmic entity, and they had they pretty much made Star-Lord like a half celestial or something, because they say Ego was a celestial, not just like a cosmic entity. He was a celestial. So I was like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah. He would have came after the Dark Celestial. So it's just, I've always said to people, I said they're doing screenplays of what they're just taking the idea and they're putting it on the film. We're just asking them to have good stories so far, but there's been some ups and downs, of course. But so far, they pretty much hit home runs most of the time when they
got like I would say 89% batting average.
Yeah, I'd say that's right. Yeah, like I said, for me, Hulk was a diarrhea bad. And but
I like me, bro. I don't know why.
Hulk over here, like, I'll take these cars apart and beat your ass with them. Like,
so y'all want to get triggered for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, that's all Dave's. This is my tier list here. You know what I mean? The one and only tier list that you guys just need to look at real quick. You know what I mean? Because this the godly tier list. Okay, let me let it update on the screen. But Nico, what's good? Jigga, what's good? Yo, Big Cloud Gaming, what is good? PlayStation Ghoul, what's good, man? Definitely appreciate you guys coming through. So here's the tier list that I have here. Top 3, as far as S tier, is Winter Soldier for me. Guardians of the Galaxy, and the original Iron Man. All right, that's top tier for me. As far as
J Bar, where you live at?
I live in the Bronx, man. Come on, come on through.
I'm gonna eat some. I'm gonna chop it up with you, eat some food, and then I gotta fight you for Iron Man 1 and fucking Guardians being up there. I respect the opinion, but I still gotta fight you.
I felt like Iron Man had to be up there because it was the stepping stone to everything.
Yeah, it was really good. It was actually really done really good.
It was really good. It was really good.
I got a question. Did y'all? How many times have you watched that movie back?
Iron Man.
Yeah, this is the one I watched the most, to be honest. The other ones get me a little triggered.
I probably seen it the most out of all the movies.
Okay, if that's the case, I'm gonna hold what I'm gonna say until the end. I'm gonna hold it.
All right. I mean, cause you talking about what Obadiah Stane, and he's not the true. What's the enemy in Iron Man 1? That's the
Iron. They called it. I think.
Ironmonger.
Yeah, Ironmonger. Yeah. Yeah, I get, but from there I knew that there was this mixing stuff here. You know what I mean? Yeah. When it comes to MCU, they mixing a whole bunch of stuff up. I felt like Galaxy as well was just a good predecessor, because the reason why I love the Galaxy of the Garden is because it's really introducing those space like cosmic beings a little bit. Yeah, where they did kind of tease Adam Warlock, but then in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, they messed that all up. All right, but that's why we're gonna talk about Guardians of the Galaxy 2 for a second, guys. Guys, listen, tune in. We're going to get into the nitty gritty very soon. Okay, and Winter Soldier is the best Marvel movie made. That's just
and I won't debate that. That was really good.
This didn't even need to be a Captain America movie. This could have been anybody movie written. It would have been a great movie. You know what I mean?
Right. The Russos did that. That's their introduction for everybody. A lot of people don't realize that. And Kevin Feige begged them to do Civil War. So, that's why they did Civil War. So, yeah.
I'm going to keep it a buck tree fitty with you. So, I know a lot of people stand for the Dark Knight movies. This movie is the only movie, and this thing, I personally do not like Dark Knight and the Dark Knight Rises. I know what y'all about to say. Hold on.
Oh no, I agree with you. Dark Knight Rises. Dark Knight, we might have smoke.
I mean, I'm ready to swing. You know where I'm from. I like friction. I'm about it. But I know a lot of people like the Dark Knight. If y'all were gonna say that's the best comic book movie, I'd say Captain America could swing blow for blow with that movie. That's my personal opinion.
Captain America, the first one.
Winter Soldier is definitely up there.
That movie is godlike, bro.
Yeah, I think it is definitely up there.
I'll take that.
I've heard people slander that movie. I'd be ready to be like, yo,
you can't slander Winter Soldier. That is definitely up there.
Listen. Listen, I said, fam. Fuck all this dumb shit. Let's step outside, homie. Hold my phone, my keys, and my wallet. I'm about to smoke this man. I was not playing that day.
But how can you downplay winning? That doesn't even make any sense. I mean, you can't. I don't know, bro.
My man was talking about Man of Steel. I was like, I ain't trying to hear this shit. Let's fight.
Man of Steel. Oh hell.
You said it like
nah. Man of Steel. Oh yeah. By the way, guys, I want to let you know this is not just a Marvel podcast. This is also, we're going to be talking about DC stuff, but like I said, it's a monthly podcast where we, it's going to take like a month to get all the content together and the people to appear on whichever episode they want to come on, and then we'll go from there. But Airless is the original Thor, Ant-Man, Captain America, the original Captain America, Avengers, and Infinity War, in my opinion. The reason why I don't have Infinity War in the S tier like everybody else is because I felt like they downgraded Thanos. Like I said, I'm a huge Thor fan, and they gave Thor something that's not his axe, not his hammer. But they made him kind of badass though, which is cool. Also in that movie, there's just a lot of things I just didn't really agree with in the movie, but overall I felt like it was a really good movie, like just to watch. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of hypocrisy. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's a lot of hypocrisy and contradictions in my list. It's due to the fact that I'm more like I'm a huge fan with certain characters, and like certain things I just can't forgive that MCU does. You know what I mean? So that's why you see some movies like in the tier list, and some movies like, yo, how you got this movie this low? But you know what I mean. But we're gonna explain. All right. So
hold on, man, let me say this.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think that the best thing about Infinity Wars was, in my opinion, was the fact that they everybody that kept up with the whole thing, bro. Like, you was like, they took care of you. You know, instead of like everybody seemed like, hey, well, what do I have to watch? I'm like, dude, y'all haven't watched none of these movies? What the fuck? This is crazy. You know, they've been doing this shit for like 10, 11 years. I'm like, why haven't y'all watched these movies? So I think that was like my favorite thing. It's like, you know what? I've been on this grind, bro. Like, we the ones that like been waiting for this. We seen Thanos, bro, a long time ago. Like, we finally is gonna be here. And it was just that was just like, to me, that was like, damn, I actually like that. It kind of went straight in and boom, you know, it went on from there.
Yeah, like there certain things in Infinity War, I felt like, I was like, yo, you showed that he got the Power Stone, but you didn't show how he got it from some
like
Xandar.
That.
I'm like, that would have been dope if you didn't show that. I felt like they downgraded the gems tremendously, because there's no way in hell, I'm a huge Thor fan, right? There's no way in hell Thor is getting that close to Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet. You know, in the comics, there's no way. You know, he's like a god. Like, this guy was taking on people that were, you know, the leaders of the cosmic world. Like, you know, he was taking on eternity, he was taking on infinity, and beat them, you know, with the gauntlet. And you have Thor with a new hammer. You know what I mean?
Well, but the Russos, Jay, they explained why. They said that he was still learning how to use that gauntlet during that movie. So if you go back and rewatch it, Thanos is actually he's learning how to use it. In the new movie, know all the tricks.
Yeah, I get that. I get that for, you know, the MCU stuff. But you're talking about one of the most smartest beings in Marvel, you know, universe, like Thanos. You know, Thanos is a smart ass dude. You know what I mean?
You're right. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
And like in the comics, he got that stuff. He was good to go. And I felt like his reasoning for what he was doing was kind of weak, but it makes sense. But it was weak. You know what I mean? It's not like it was bad in my opinion, but I was like, damn, it could have made it a little better.
I mean, unless they introduce the concept of cosmic entities, which I don't think they ever will, because
they did. Remember in Doctor Strange, they said, yo, this is the staff of the Living Tribunal.
Yeah,
the most powerful entity. You know what I mean?
I'm second most, but
against one of his God, but
but the reason I say that is like you can drop that name, but the problem is they haven't introduced them as an actual. Yeah, you know, they show eternity with Peter Quill and fucking Guardians too. They show you these things, but they haven't explained them. If they wanted to actually do Mistress Death, if they actually want to do Eternity, Infinity, all of that shit, they would have to actually introduce these entities as actual physical things to a degree. And I don't think that they're ready to do that at all.
Yeah, they're going to do an Eternals movie next.
Yeah, I heard that's coming.
Already been confirmed.
Yeah, they can go back 10 million years if they. But we'll have to wait and see. But the most powerful being we've seen has been Dumandu and then Ego, as far as enemies and cosmic entities. And so we'll have to wait and see who they introduce at the end of Infinity War, because now that they can get the X-Men in, there may be some type of bleed over to that. I'm not expecting it, but we'll have to wait and see.
Oh yeah, in the end of the show, we're going to have our predictions as far as how Endgame, what you think is going to happen and what you want to happen. So we're going to talk about that. But just to move along, I have Black Panther, in B, Doctor Strange, Thor, Dark World, Hulk, Civil War, and Avengers: Age of Ultron. Civil War, I put ahead a little bit of Avengers: Age of Ultron, but I really feel like Civil War was like an underwhelming movie to me, in my opinion.
It really was, though.
Because like they could have did so much better with that Civil War. And at the end of the day, dude was just protecting a friend that killed my man's father. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, Marvel, MCU, we got to do better than this. You know, you could have had so much different plot lines than this. I'm standing up for my friend Tony. That had to go. You know what I mean? But one of these episodes we're going to talk about Civil War as well, because this is such a great comic book story that I feel everybody needs to read in some part of their life. Civil War, and you understand a little bit more like where I'm coming from as far as like my disdain a little bit, but over it like without it being the reason why I have it in B, if it wasn't a comic book movie, it still would have been like a good movie, you know what I mean? So that's why I have it up a little bit there.
Now, which one? Are you going to suggest the first Civil War or the second?
Just
the first.
All right. The second one was brutal too. I mean, that one was brutal.
The second one, I only read like the 2 volumes. I didn't read the full thing yet for the second one.
I read the full thing of Civil. Like the problem with Civil War 2 is the first and foremost is written by Bendis. That's your first mistake.
Oh, he's gonna be live politics.
I no, it wasn't even that. It was the fact of how he tried. Like, I'm gonna just say this, and I know some people ain't gonna agree if you read comics, but let's just be honest about this. Bendis has been washed for a minute.
Ooh, listen. Yo, you crossing the line, bro.
If you don't believe me, go read them Superman books he writing. Don't believe me, go read them shits.
I'm gonna fall back.
I spend damn near almost $100 every couple. Nah, I didn't. Hold on, I'm gonna be approximate. I spend probably, because I get a discount on my pools and I don't have to buy every weekly. They just give it to me because my comic book store fuck with me. So I spend probably, give or take, $100 a month on comic books. I don't want to hear shit about Bendis being a good writer anymore. He's not. He's washed. This man is Michael Jordan on the Wizards. He's done.
Michael Jordan, though.
I don't rock with Jordan. Kareem the GOAT. Fuck.
Yo, Bendis is that guy though, man. We gotta pay respects. We gotta pay respects.
Last good thing Bendis did was fucking Miles. That's it.
But I didn't fully read the part 2, so I can't really even disagree or you know what I mean. But I do like Bendis as a writer. I do know he gets a little political sometimes. Like, you know, he definitely pushes his will in his writing. But overall, he's good. What else here? I have Iron Man 2 at C, Spider-Man Homecoming at C, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 C, and Ant-Man. Spider-Man is my favorite hero all time, and Homecoming, I do like some aspects of Homecoming, but I don't like the whole aspect. Like, they make Peter Parker this smart, stupid kid. And I feel like as you disrespecting the character.
I remember you told me that too.
Yeah, yo, I'm like, yo, listen, don't disrespect my mans out here, yo. I understand Tony Stark is smart, but Peter Parker is one of the smartest beings in as far as Earth, base characters. So they making this man like he can't build a suit. They got what's the name? His friend debugging the cell. Like, yo, what is going on here? Like, is he smart or not? Make up your mind. But anyway,
he gonna be smart next year. Listen, sophomore year, he gonna be smart, dog.
Yo, nah, I don't like disrespect. I don't like the disrespect, man. Especially when it comes to Spider-Man.
Let's keep it $150. Spider-Man is probably top 20 if you're talking about actual 616 Marvel Prime. He's not even. Let's be honest about that fact. He's not Reed. He's not Hank. He's not fucking.
Oh no, he's not on those levels. He's not even T'Challa. He's not Tony Stark.
T'Challa top 3.
Yeah. I'm saying, but when it comes to like, that's one of those. Yeah, like top 15, I'll put him in top 10. Peter Parker's up there. He's definitely smart.
He's top 20. He's smart.
He's not had the resources, guy. I mean, T'Challa's had resources his whole life. So has Tony Stark. So I mean,
that's a great ass point, Craig.
And Sony, we got to remember, Sony controls the way Peter Parker is used. They don't. I mean, they gave a little bit of deference to him now, but they don't. Anything you saw, like in Civil War with Spider-Man, Sony had to go in there and sign off on everything. Sony's the one that casted him. Sony's the one that said, we want Iron Man to, he wants to be an Iron Man fanboy. That's what Sony wanted. So, and they got it. I mean, I thought they did okay, considering that. We got to remember, Civil War was about 70% finished as far as filming. And then Kevin Feige called up the Russos and said, hey, Sony's going to let us put Spider-Man in there. So they had to go back and redo some things. But
I felt like the villain, they did well for Voucher, but I don't like that whole Peter Parker and Iron Man aspect. Like, Tony Stark, I respect Tony Stark, but don't do that to Peter Parker, man. You know what I mean? But it was a good movie, but I don't like that.
No, I understand what you're saying.
And Thor Ragnarok and Iron Man 3 is D tier. If there was an F tier, I'll definitely put them in there, because this is the two most ultimate disrespectful movies. First, can we talk about Iron Man 3 for a second? Let me see.
Oh, okay. So you survived the assassination. They ain't clap you. Thank God.
Oh man. And OBS. Ever since last week, OBS has been brother, and my best friend was there. I was like, yo, listen. I almost walked out the movie theater. I was like, yo, they're not gonna do this. And then they had the whole Extremist Project linked to talking about I'm the real Mandarin. I said, yo, what are y'all doing out here, man? This is wild, disrespectful. Yeah. Iron Man 3, that Pepper Potts saving the day with the extreme. I'm like, all right, let's tone it. Wait, they have some good scenes in it. Thor Ragnarok.
That's what I said earlier. Yeah, it had its spots, but overall, it was pretty bad.
Thor Ragnarok, you guys already know. Like, I felt like
I already know.
Just lore wise, on a lore level, this movie is just all types of wrong. All types of wrong. You got people. This is the reason why it bothers me so much, because like you have conversations with people that watch the movies like, yo, I love Thor Ragnarok. His sister really messed him up, and I'm looking at this dude like, his sister. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, you guys are wildin'. Because people is looking at the movie as like, yo, that's the original source, that's the original content. I'm like, that's what pissed me off about this movie. And not saying that it wasn't like a fun, upbeat movie. They had that Galaxy of the Guardians type feel, but this character, and I understand the reason why they did it, because like everybody tier list here, I'm pretty sure you have Thor and you have Dark World probably your lowest in the tiers, right? So they needed that, and a lot of people think that way. They needed something to make Thor a little bit more upbeat and cool, like hip, because nobody really looked at Thor as like a hip, cool character. They looked at him as like, yo, he's respectable. That's a god. This man will, end your day in an instant. You know what I mean? But I just felt like they crossed too many lines for me personally. Hela as his sister, Ant. You have Thor in Planet Hulk story, Ant.
That was fine.
Yeah, it was just. Then they disrespected Surtur. Like Surtur's like one of like the arch nemesis of like. Not even the Thor, but Odin. You know what I mean? Like Odin struggled against this guy. You had this guy joking around with Surtur. I'm like, what is going on here? Yo, the trailer definitely deceived me with that. But that's my tier list, guys. That's my tier list. I'm trying to pull up this browser so I can get to see you guys' tier list.
Yeah, somebody check there. Where's F list? Well, for me, Incredible Hulk is going to be on my F list.
Oh, you not messing with Hulk? I didn't think the second Hulk was bad. The first Hulk, I'd have definitely.
Yeah, we're not talking about the light.
04.
Like, yeah.
04 Hulk did have a banging ass scene where he ate that fucking grenade. He was like, "Hey, you dumb bitch."
Yo, and the thing is, with 04 Hulk, they actually shown that the angrier he got, the stronger he was getting. You know what I mean? They actually shown that part, but.
They also addressed like the mental health shit going on with y'all gotta realize the Hulk is a mental health story. Please understand.
Yeah. I like the way they've been portraying him so far. Pretty much saying that he will be the first symbiote in the MCU. So that's they kind of confirmed that. They had to get that from Sony. Sony owns the word symbiote because they own Venom. But go ahead with your list, Jay Barry.
Oh no, you can go ahead with y'all's. Y'all can explain y'all list. I'm trying to pull it up here, but some strange reason OBS is not trying to read my display capture.
I still can't figure OBS out. So
yeah,
I can read mine out.
Yeah, go ahead and read it up.
All right, so let's do this list right quick, baby. Y'all gonna be heated, especially Jay Barry, because he about to be upset. With
I'm gonna do it live here, and I'm gonna try to screen cap it, and then probably show to everybody in the chat. But go ahead.
Okay, there are some adjustments. So the one I sent to Jay Barry is not the same one, but D tier, Thor 1, Thor 2, Iron Man 3, Iron Man 1. Well, Iron Man 2. I can't read.
Oh, yo.
You got Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 1?
No, Iron Man 3 and 2 as D tier. They're D tier.
Okay.
My C tier is the first Captain America.
Wait. Before you get to your C tier, why is Thor in y'all D tiers, man?
For me, hold on. Thor 2, I like Thor 2 a lot. I think that the villain in Thor 2 is good, but the problem with that villain being there, he should have been a villain. Like, the thing about Thor's villains and how they are, they're villains you got to set up. These motherfuckers about space epic shit.
I agree.
They ain't one and done. Like, if you're going to do Frost Giants, you got to do Frost Giants for like 3 movies payoff. If you're going to do something like the Dark Elves, 3 movies payoff. If you're going to do some of these like Surtur, 3 movies, Hela, 3 movies, like you don't just drop them bitches like,
But this is the reason why I felt like Thor 1 was so good as far as like lore wise. It was the most like concrete out of all the MCU movies. Like they really, in that beginning of 20 minutes of Thor, they really tried to explain Thor in like a matter of couple of minutes. And I felt like they did a good job MCU wise, you know what I mean? But go ahead.
Yeah. No, but my thing with Thor 1 is like, people have to understand the Thor movies are an evolution of a character going from spoiled brat ass bitch boy to becoming the man who should be king.
Mm-hmm.
Like Thor 1, he acting like a fuck boy. Thor 2 is like, oh, I made some cool friends, but this shit ain't this shit wilding over here. What the fuck going on? Spoilers. Mom died, like my stepmom died, and I'm like, yo, Pops, what the fuck? And it's like, and then Thor 3, it's like, all right, so Pop's dead. My brother a dickhead, but I still love him to death. I met this cool black chick. She cool. I mean, like popping. Oh, my homie Hulk here. My sister a wild bitch. I don't know what to do. Like, like that's Thor. Like, but those movies, it's like I say personally, I prefer Thor 1 as a movie. If we're talking about how it's shot, what they did, Thor 1 is the superior movie. Thor 2 has the better villain though.
Oh yeah, I mean Thor 2 actually had like a major villain. I don't think Thor 1 is just like a setup in my opinion, but yeah, Thor, they actually introduced somebody that is kind of a badass. Malekith, he's kind of a big deal. But I agree with you what you said. They do. That's a character that do need a lot of explanation. That's why I felt like with Thor 1 and 2, there was a lot of explaining to do it, and people probably wasn't feeling that. It was like, oh, this is dreading here. Like, where's the action? I don't see no thunder. Throw that hammer, my guy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But I like that stuff. But go ahead. My bad.
I guess forget. My bad.
You in C tier now?
Yeah, C tier. The first Captain America. There's a reason for that. Ant-Man. It's a good movie, but it's still like it's like C+. So I couldn't like give it like.
I love the original Ant-Man.
I think that's like one of the biggest surprises.
Captain America and Ant-Man are like C+ movies. They're bordering on the edge, but I can't give it that like little push. Hulk is a C-, but it's still a C. Iron Man 1. Y'all probably wonder why Iron Man 1 in the C tier.
Disrespect.
Hold on. If you watch that movie multiple times, it is a good movie, but you're looking at that through nostalgia. If you take the nostalgia away and look at it amongst its peers, it's a C tier movie. And then I got Guardians of the Galaxy 2 because honestly, that movie
it's trash.
It's not trash. It's average at best.
It's trash. Yo, Guardians of the Galaxy 1, right? Let me explain for a second. They had the cocoon of Adam Warlock in the collector's display, but it got destroyed and all that. Remember that explosion? Then in 2, they had the superior race. What I forgot what they call them in the comic books.
Superior race.
The all golden race, the Adam Warlock race, where they created Adam Warlock. And in end of 2, they was like, oh, we're going to get those guys back, and I'm going to call him Adam. I'm like, so why the hell you show the cocoon if she's just creating Adam Warlock here? You know what I mean? Like, it don't make no damn sense. But we're going to talk about that later on in as far as explanations of what you think is going to happen in Infinity War. But go ahead.
What was that? B tier?
The last thing you just said was Guardians of the Galaxy 2 in the C tier.
Oh yeah, it is C tier. B tier. Homecoming. I rock with Homecoming. I think there's a lot of good things about Homecoming personally. Like I know a lot of people don't like the portrayal of Spider-Man to a degree. I'm like, this is probably the best combination of Peter and Spider-Man we ever gonna get. We gotta live with it, y'all.
As far as double. Yeah, I mean, I like him. I like the cast of him. I just don't feel like they need to put him as this smart idiot. You know what I mean? Like, let's make them.
That's more so on the writers.
I feel like the more they face Tony up, the smarter he's gonna get by proxy. But he's not Shuri, because Shuri's basically confirmed the smartest person in the MCU. So I'm like,
yeah, Shuri's super smart. And what's my guy name? Little kid, the Richards kid.
Reed Richards.
Reed. You know, they had Ben, but not Ben. Franklin Richards and his sister. Valeria. Yeah, she's like one of the smart. I think she's a little bit smarter than Reed, from what they confirmed.
The list of smart people from Marvel, if I recall, is like any combination of Reed, T'Challa, and Adam Bashir is the top 3.
Oh yeah, Adam Bashir as well. Max Modell got to be up there as well.
Actually, Doom can make an argument for number 1, but like he's like 1A to wherever is the smartest. So if it's Reed, he's 1A.
Yeah, Doom is up there. Oh, we just talking about, you talking about in overall, or does villains, or does
overall? Like if you put Reed first, then you have to instantly put Doom as 1A.
Doom is up there. Sinister is up there.
Ooh, I don't know that was sweet.
Sinister is definitely up there. Madeline Pryor. That's the whole Sinister's what he did with Gambit. Sinister been manipulating it depends on what science you're talking about. There's people that's like if we're talking about smart, then it would. This is my list. There's gonna be like 3 ones right quick. Reed, Doom, Arno, Stark. That's the top 3. Oh, Arno, okay.
Because remember, Arno is by far smarter than Tony. Like, it's not even close.
Yeah.
He doing shit Tony wish he could do. So like that would be your 3. You're like number 2, any combination, you can switch these how you want. Don't really matter. Adam Bashir, T'Challa, and then everybody else fall in line. I don't really care. Like I could go do a definitive list, but that would take forever, and I would make sure to like dot my P's and Q's, do extensive research, and that would take like at least a week.
Maybe that would be a good episode there, man. The smartest 616 people. That'll be a cool one, because I have a different list, but we'll go to the tier list. Let's go to the tier list.
All right, so what was that on the tier list? B, right? Guardians 1, because Guardians 1 is a more solid movie than the second one.
That movie's great.
Thor Ragnarok is a B tier. Though I love it, it's still a B tier. Ant-Man and the Wasp, B tier. Really good movie, in my opinion. Loved it. Age of Ultron, because it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. I don't think it's like, it doesn't rival the original movie, but it's still better than most things in the MCU. A tier, Civil War. What needs to be said, Civil War. Also, the plot twist of what the actual villain was superb. I recommend that. How they handled other plot threads and other things like that, really good. Also, the scene where Ant-Man turned into Giant Man, 10 out of 10. Need more of that. Black Panther, what needs to be said. Like, we could have all these superlatives about Black Panther and it still wouldn't be enough. Black Panther, Avengers Infinity War, and Doctor Strange. Y'all probably wonder why Doctor Strange is A tier. Doctor Strange is probably my favorite Marvel hero, and that goes across every variant of him.
Oh, that is
the bias. The biases. All right.
I mean, but think of, like, there's no character. Like, this is the reason I have a bias for him. Like, go read early, like the original, like from 1 all the way until whatever. Like, the art they used to do is some of the most amazing types of art I've ever seen in a comic book. Nothing rivals that shit. That Jack Kirby shit, that's like, if you're talking about crack cocaine, that's that top grade shit you can't even get nowhere. You take a hit of that, you like, bruh. Like, it's just that good.
Yo, Doctor Strange, like I said, is one of the most OP characters like almost ever made, bro.
Yeah. So is Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch pretty much wiped out like half of the mutants. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Said, fuck them boys.
A lot of people probably liked it was like, yo, Scarlet Witch said, nope, no more powers for you.
Get y'all asses out of here. We don't fucks with you. My S tier, though I would technically, one of these is like S minus, almost on the edge of A, but I still got to give it to it. Winter Soldier is like damn near, I don't know what you would put out the SSS.
It's perfection. Let's just say that.
You can't really do nothing with Captain America and Winter Soldier. This shit, best comic book movie in my opinion. Then Avengers.
Ever. That's
my list. Y'all can debate it. Y'all can pull up to my house. I live in a gated community. They ain't gonna let y'all in. I moved out there for a reason. Get fucked.
Nah, I mean, there's a few little debates here. I can say.
Yeah, but also I can kind of see though. I respect
it. I respect it. Other than the Thor stuff, I respect it.
I love Thor, but like, you gotta respect the fact that it's like I respect Thor's journey. That's the reason I'm like, it's like Thor Ragnarok is almost on that A tier, but it's like the shit like in the beginning with Thor. Like it's like I fuck with Hela, but she didn't need to clap everybody like that. She, you know, them type of people in Call of Duty, they get the kill streak. She one of them folks. She got the kill streak.
And she really did wipe out all.
Yo, Hela is also, she's a great character, but she ain't with that OP like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
she cool. She got a wolf. Her brother's a fucking
badass though. I'll give her that. She look badass in that.
Yeah.
Yo, Loki be sonning Hela. Like, your daughter, I need you to relax or help me do this with Thor. But I get what they did. I like the actor for Hela. What's her name? Kate Blanchett.
Yeah, I'm like, go ahead, girl.
Yeah, I love her as
Hela.
as a character.
Hey.
when your big sister wilding and you like, can you stop? And she like, fuck you. Your big sister just got out of jail and she like, fuck you.
Craig, man, let's get to your list, man. What you got up here? So
well, on that F list, I got the Incredible Hulk 2008.
I'm tired of you saying that, fam. Like,
Chuck is a Hulk fanboy, so.
Well, that's fine, but that thing, like I said, I had to take a.
Well, I mean, okay, let me ask you this: what made it bad? Like this, real quick. What made it bad?
Overall, the pacing was bad. The actress playing opposite him was garbage. Ed Norton single-handedly tried to hijack that movie and take writing credit for it. And they pretty much shut him out after that, thank God. But like I said, it was so bad, I had to take a dump during that movie. And my turd turned sideways and tried to go back up in my ass, that movie.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, man.
But that's that F line. Let me look at you all the tier here. All right, so my D line, I've got, the D line. I'm looking at the movies now. All right, the D line, I've got Iron Man 2. Fun to watch. Okay. It was cool to watch him discover vibranium. For all you all who did, like, what did he put in his chest? He rediscovered vibranium.
They had him like he created it.
No, remember his father had found it and hid it, you know, and it made sense. They connected it. They just never said what it was. You know, because at first they were like, well, do we say vibranium? And they weren't sure about getting Wakanda involved in it yet.
Yo,
but I've got that down there.
Craig,
on that.
They had Friday. Was it Friday? They had her saying, "Congratulations, sir. You created a new element." I was like, sit your ass down.
That was Jarvis. And Jarvis, that wouldn't be a new element. Because this vibranium is not on the periodic table of elements in the MCU, and neither is adamantium either. That will get added. I know we'll talk about that later on. Of course, vibranium is now added, but they don't understand how it's used. Neither did Howard Stark. He didn't really understand how.
That man made a frisbee with that bitch, and that shit go hard.
Yeah, I mean, they knew it was very strong, but they didn't know all the other properties. You know, that's why Spider-Man in Civil War said that thing does not obey the law of physics. It's because it's vibranium. It's not supposed to. But so on that D line, like I said, I've got Iron Man 2. Again, fun to watch. I mean, it was fun to watch. And,
nobody mad at the fact that Whiplash was a dude?
I didn't care. I like that actor. I like that actor. I like how they play one as Howard Stark's supposed to be the Einstein, and Banco was supposed to be like Tesla, you know, getting shitted all over, you know, even though the Wi-Fi that we use is from Tesla. That's his idea, you know. So, but that's a different podcast. On that next one, let's see. I'm going to put we're still on the D line. I'm going to have to put, unfortunately, Age of Ultron there. Just fun. I mean, again, these movies are fun to watch. But Age of Ultron, next to the nice pillow there is the second Thor. Like I said, that gave me explosive diarrhea.
Oh, my God.
Made no sense. Would have been better if they had just made that almost a prequel and just show Odin coming down to Earth and then Odin giving the stone.
I actually like that.
That was a lot of explanation in that movie. You had the reality stones, and you had the background of the dark elves from Malakin.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah. And it was before you knew that the stones didn't have to be a stone. They had to come out in Comic-Con and say that.
Mm-hmm.
But But yeah, like I said, I mean, then Iron Man 3, I would put next to that. Again, fun to watch, but overall, I agree with the Mandarin thing. I understand they did it because this is when they were trying to get into China, and the Chinese would not have done. They would not have shown that movie if they had made the Mandarin a bad person.
Yo, but the thing is, you know what's funny? The Mandarin, they didn't even have it as a Chinese background. They had it as, remember in the original Iron Man, they teased them with the ring, the Macula ring. They had it right there, and my man was wearing it and he was swinging it around. You know what I mean? They were teasing that. So it was like some, you know, like Arab type thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're right. I mean, you're right. It just, some of it just didn't, like I said, this is why it's on that thing. It doesn't have good pacing, you know. And there were still some Easter eggs and stuff that come. Right next to that one, though, I got to throw in Guardians 2.
These are all on your D list?
Yeah, this is on my D list.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
My man is going in right now.
Bad movie.
Yo, I was just making sure, because I'm like, yo, this is all a D list?
Yeah, this is the last one on that D list. Again, we got the payoff from the Glenn Close line for Peter Quill from when she said that from Guardians 1, you know, you're part human, but your other part is real ancient. They left it there, so they paid it off. You know, he's a Celestial, or he's half Celestial,
which is crazy.
Yeah, which is crazy. I don't disagree, but you know, it is what it is. And again, I give Marvel credit because they had to get rid of all their A-list characters, which were the X-Men and Spider-Man, and they, in essence, are making movies with B and C-list characters.
Some D and some F and some E's.
Just not top of the line. These aren't top. They're top guy. They just got them back like last Wednesday, you know. So we'll move to my C list, and let me look at this list here again. And again, this is in no particular order. I've got Spider-Man: Homecoming. I like Spider-Man: Homecoming. Let's see. Let's see. The first Thor. I've already used that. Yeah, the first Thor. Again, I enjoyed the first Thor. I thought it was a little hokey the way they were talking. Let's see here. Ant-Man and Wasp is on that line.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed with Ant-Man and Wasp, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, I actually met that actor, Goggins. I've actually met him a couple times here and passing through town. He's a cool dude. So that was that, and then the way I didn't like how they neutered his friends in Ant-Man and the Wasp. You know, so. But I love that scene where he was, when they gave him that truth serum, and he was acting like that girl, and he was like, "Hey, look, I can't get a boyfriend. Look at my hair. It's kind of like her hair was jacked up looking, you know." So, but yeah, that cracked me up in the theater. Let's see here, but that is that the C list there. I'm just trying to look here. Yeah, that's
Spider-Man, Thor, Ant-Man, and Wasp.
Yeah, that's on the C list. The B list, I've got the original Ant-Man, Doctor Strange.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see here. I'm gonna have to go with I'll say Guardians 1. Again, funny as hell. They weren't expecting that movie to do that. I've got Captain America: Civil War on that line. Again, good movie, fun to watch. On that one. Moving up to the next line, I've got the original Avengers. I've got the first Captain America, because that.
Thank you, Craig.
Yeah, that introduced the Red Skull and the Space Stone. So
they all disrespect the original Captain. A lot of people disrespect that movie, but that movie was great.
Yeah, that movie's out in 4K right now. It just came out. I think in April they're going to release Winter Soldier. That comes out next month. So in 4K, support that format because it's starting to die down. It's shocking the hell out of me.
It's time for 8K, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, Nancy, shout out to Nancy, shout out to Mr. Coleon in here. Envy of Story, what's up? Craig got Hulk in his F tier. Just letting you know.
Yeah.
Right now, my browser display is not working. But if I was to show you it, you'd be a little triggered. But go ahead, Craig.
Yeah. So Civil War again. Enjoyed it. Let's see here. So we'll move on up. Because these movies are all, to me, they're all about the same. I've got Captain Marvel.
Okay.
I've at the first Iron Man. I enjoy Captain Marvel, and now that they've made her a hot lesbian, I like it even more. You know?
So you got Captain Marvel in your A or S?
The next tier up, so it would be
S. Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, your A tier, because that was what I was talking about was the B tier. Because remember, I started with that F tier.
Okay, so A tier, you got Captain Marvel, the original Avengers, the first Captain America.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So I'm caught up.
All right. And then, to finish it off, number one, well, up on that top list, Infinity War, I think like most of you have, Winter Soldier, Black Panther. Black Panther really, the top line. It was this to me. It was that good. It's an origin story. To me, it's their best origin story since Iron Man. You know, so which is up there. But
what you think? The only thing that triggered me about Black Panther, where I couldn't put it as like S tier, is the fact that they had M'Baku and T'Challa working together. That would never, ever. And they made it like some yo, you my brother type joint. I was like, yo, y'all really changing these characters up a little bit too much here.
Hold on. Remember, the MCU is a blend of Ultimate and fucking 616.
That's true. That's true.
So I'm like,
that character, Winston Duke, I thought played that character pretty well. But he was honorable. So T'Challa.
So you're on hell now.
I feel like Black Panther was an amazing. I thought it was an amazing movie as well. But I kind of wanted a little bit more action in it. But
that's my gripe. I feel like Black Panther, like when you watch it, like when I first seen it, took my kids, they was all doing it. Everybody was kind of into it. I watched it again. I'm like, this movie is really not that good. As far as like the pacing, I felt was off. It was off, man. Like it was like in the middle. It was dead for a long time, in my opinion. And I feel like some of like the CG was off. Like it didn't look right.
Wait.
It didn't look right at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
you have to remember something. This is Ryan Coogler's first movie he's ever done with CGI.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they still has access to Disney's top team. But
fam, like it was bad. Like the dream world looks awful. And when him and Killmonger is talking at the end, that it didn't look like it looked fake. I mean,
you watch it in 3D or that's regular?
Well, I watched it in 3D and regular.
But the Dream World thing, that was them touching on the King of the Dead part of Black Panther.
Oh, I understand that. But I was just talking about like as far as that, like the aesthetics. To me, it didn't look good.
I thought we get Secret Wars.
See, I thought Killmonger had the best dream sequence because he still was surrounded by four walls. He was still in prison, even though he was in a dream world. He was surrounded by four walls.
But he didn't really have no true ancestry as well. You know what I mean? Like he got that title, but as far as like the lineage that T'Challa has, he's
which they changed.
Yeah,
they did change because Killmonger should not. When he drank that to go to that world, he should have died.
Oh yeah.
Based on the comics.
Oh yeah, because that happened to him where he was almost like pretty much out of commission. He was like poisoned by the heart-shaped herb because he couldn't handle it. He was not destined to
become
that. Yeah.
Yeah, but it definitely has some good scenes, though. It definitely has some good scenes. But overall, I was just like, yo, this movie, it's not going to age well. Like, I don't think that movie's going to age at all.
Yeah, but yo, those are the tier list theirs, guy. Honestly, I coming into this episode, I was like, yo, I'm ready for that smoke. But yo, I now hearing a little bit of your opinions, I'm like, I can understand why you guys have it there. It's not too bad. Like, it's not too bad at all.
Well, you got to think the movies that are the most important are the origin stories. And that, for me personally, I set those aside. I'm like, okay, the origin stories are going to be different than the team up movies. Even Captain America Winter Soldier, he teamed up, I think, with Black Widow. So that was actually, and I believe that had a real good scene with Nick Fury. So they were all working together. But at the end of the day, it was the team up movies can't be touched. I mean, to me, the worst one is Age of Ultron. It still made what? Damn near it made $1 billion. I mean,
just off.
Yeah, I want to see.
Anything with Avengers was selling, bro. Like it's just high.
Yeah, I remember Avengers,
especially after coming off the first one, bro. Like it was like, hell, we not missing this.
High key, Captain America was on. He was about that action in the second Avengers movie. He's like, I want to smoke with everybody.
You know what? I got Age of Ultron and Civil War in the first, but I gotta put Age of Ultron ahead of Civil War.
What? I can't do that. I
gotta do it.
Yeah, you tripping.
You know what? You know what? Like in the tier list, it is right next to each other. But this is the reason why. I just felt like the overall like arc and plot to Civil War was just so dumb to me, especially like that's compared to everything else what they could just do with that story. Your Civil War was just mainly, or your beef between these characters was mainly because some guy is protecting a friend that killed your other friend's father.
Oh no, that's not it at all. No. Go back and watch that again.
I get the whole point where Baron Zemo, he's manipulating people and all that stuff. Yeah. But if you really look at it, at the end of look at the end of that movie, that's what that fight was for. That big fight in the trailer and everything. That's what that fight was for. You're supposed to be my friend, but you're protecting your other friend because
but the characters, Jay. I mean, you're right, but the characters have done 180s. Iron Man went from being this free loving, I'm not working for the government, it's my shit.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And Captain America was gun ho military, all in on government, and he's on the run.
He's more of the freedom, and they did play that from the aspects of it because Tony Stark was that free loose dude, but he was just like, yo, we gotta put everybody in check here, especially that whole that explosion in in the original.
Remember, like they brought it up, like the whole reason that it even came up as a thing, like the whole Accords, is because y'all motherfuckers dropped the whole shit because of Ultron. That's on y'all.
I agree with that. Yeah, I'm not here to say that it was a good idea. That the Accords was there.
Ant, what's good though, man? Go ahead, Craig. My bad.
Or no, you good. But they just did a Civil War. There were so many. I remember watching Civil War. I go to movie tavern because I gotta have my big 64 ounce of brew. That woman, this grown woman with a child sitting next to me when they were fighting, when Stark and Rogers were fighting there, and he put his shield up, and everybody thought he was going to drive it through his face. That woman covered her eyes and said, "Please stop." And he just and what Tony Stark said to Captain America when he was leaving with Bucky, he said, "You don't deserve that shield. My father made that shield." That was harder than any punch he landed. That was brutal. I'm like, you know what? What can you say to that? He just dropped the shield.
Yo, imaginary enemy. That's a good point. Iron Man gave the U.S. government the War Machine armor. Well, I mean, they kind of took it. He was drunk. That's the one part I like about Iron Man 2. They showed the whole drunkenness of Tony Stark because he's definitely one of those dudes that he gets drunk.
Let me point something out about that scene at the end when he dropped the shield. He said, like, listen, fam, you really think this is about that shit, fam? He said, he's like, nigga, I'll become nomad and go do this shit somewhere else. I don't give a damn. I'll run fades.
Yo, Mr. Corleone, man, I had to say it, man. Yo, I think both of the movies are they're watchable, good movies, but I do think Age of Ultron, as much as I was disappointed with Ultron, I would take that over that whole ending in Civil War. You know what I mean? That's his name. But yo, let's go and move on for a second. So we got other few little topics here we're going to talk about. Also, guys, I'm going to be giving away 30 days to Marvel Unlimited. If you guys don't know what Marvel Unlimited, it is their digital distribution of their comic books. I've been subscribed to this service for like good 5 years now with Marvel Unlimited, where if you guys don't know my backstory with Marvel Comics, I had a whole bunch of Marvel Comics, like 3 boxes. And I'm talking about them tubs where you got to close in, you put the locker in there, like of Marvel Comics. And when I went to college, my mom threw them away, man. she was like, yo, why you have your stuff here when you in college? I don't want all the stuff in the house. And she threw them away. And I cried. That's when my Dragon Ball Z cards. I had Dragon Ball Z cards where I had them in sagas because the cards was like frames of like the saga, so I had them all matched up as far as the sagas, and she threw away most of those. Some of them I got to save, but yeah, when I heard about Marvel Unlimited, I quickly subscribed to it, and I've been a subscriber ever since. So I'm going to be giving away 30 days. Whoever wins this code, just know that you do have to put like a credit card or a bank card with it, but you can simply back out if you don't want to extend your 30 days. Okay, it's not like something that you're in a contract in. You can back out whenever, but it is going to be cool if you guys do stay subscribed. I think it's like $10 a month, because like I said, the next episode we're going to be talking about Thanos. Like I said, the name of the podcast is going to be called The Mad Titan, as you guys can see, where we're going to be talking about mainly Thanos quest and the Infinity Gauntlet, and then we're going to link those two things with the Infinity War movie and the Endgame movie. That's going to go back and forth as far as the differences and the contrast between those two.
You kind of missing some stuff, but
I know Infinity War and all, but I think these are the main cusp of
Infinity, which was done by Hickman, which is a correlation directly to Infinity War, because that's basically what that movie was. And it's some other stuff that I can't remember off the top of my head in terms of like books, but you got Thanos Quest, you got Infinity. Like that's the main two, but it's some other.
The only reason why I don't have Infinity War in there, because that introduced like characters that's not really even in the movies. You know what I mean? Even though Infinity Gauntlet and Thanos Quest have it, but that's just the origin of where everything is coming from. Infinity, that's a good read too. I think that's like 5 or 6 volumes. That was pretty good as well. But yeah, we'll see. But the main cusp, I just want people to read. If you guys want to read and stay, that's the homework. Is Infinity Thanos Quest and Infinity Gauntlet. If you want to read Infinity War, you can. That would be cool as well. But we'll be back like next month after Endgame. Maybe a different cast, I'm not sure. If you guys want to come on, let me know, and we'll see. But moving along though, want to talk about as far as MCU best villain. Now this is what I wanted you guys to do. You can pick 2 villains as your top 2 villains, because I know a lot of people gonna have Thanos in there, right? Thanos has wiped out half a universe. That's like a guarantee, right? So we're gonna have 2 best MCU villains and why. Who want to go? Chuck, go ahead, Chuck.
All right, for me, I'm gonna pick Bucky first.
Winter Soldier, yeah.
He kind of ended up being the hero, but I just felt like, like I said, that movie, it felt different just because it wasn't like fucking lasers, or it wasn't nothing like that. It was just like, yeah, they both have like super strength and shit like that, but they was just really throwing hands the whole movie. And Bucky just looked like a badass motherfucking villain, bro. Like, cause he was serving these motherfuckers, bro. Like, and like the first time when he slides on the street with his hand, man, and I don't know, like I just feel like he is like the best villain besides Thanos in this thing, just because he actually felt like an actual threat. I don't feel like a lot of these villains in these movies were like actual threats,
true threats. Yeah.
I just because they kind of like, you kind of like who the hero is. It's kind of like you look at Thor. I'm like, yeah. I mean, like even though some of his villains are very strong, but kind of knew the Hulk, Ant-Man. Like I didn't really feel like these guys were. I felt like Captain America. It was literally like.
Yeah, somebody on his like his
somebody on his level, man. Like he was getting his ass kicked, bro. Like, and I was like, damn, like he really, trying to defend himself or whatever. But yeah, I feel like it's just the threat level. I'll pick Bucky and of course Thanos, man. I mean, we already know what he did, bro. I mean, it's not nobody can really top that, but I definitely put Bucky at number.
Okay. So you got I got you. All right, Century, who you got? Top 2 MCU.
Top 2 MCU guys. Top 2. Ronan the Accuser, because this man was committing whole genocide and ain't nobody was trying to stop him.
Oh yeah, Ronan is a badass. The shot to the Kree.
I mean, he would be the first. Let's see.
The way how he died was just so dumb, but it's cool though. But shout out to the Kree.
he was really like, what the fuck, dance off, bitch! I'll flap you with this.
Yo, Frozen, what's good, man?
What up, Frozen?
Yo, Frozen are the best MCU villain is
Not an
Kingpin.
MCU, bro.
Yo,
That-
Mr.
you talking-
Corleone, if this was an MCU, Magneto is definitely one of my favorite villains in Marvel. But go ahead, Century.
Damn. Second, what's the name of old dude from not Dormammu, but fucking from Doctor Strange. I'm drawing a blank, and I watched that movie like 3 weeks ago. That's
Oh, you
fucking
talking
sad.
about
Come on, dude. Doctor Strange.
Nah, he not talking about Dormammu. He talking about the what's the other dude name? The
Let's see. There we go.
yeah.
Yeah.
But hold on. And
Okay.
the reason behind, I know a lot of people may not agree with the second. The second one is because of the fact that you have to understand what he did was he exposed
He broke the
angel-
code.
Yeah, he broke the code. He exposed her for doing what she
Okay,
wasn't supposed to be doing
that's a good
off the
one.
rip on some dumb shit. He basically turned her into a hypocrite, which in turn made I almost said Baron Zemo, but made what's it? Jesus Christ! That's one of my favorite movies in the MCU. I'm drawing a blank on character names. Fucking Mordo. Fucking he was like, well, I gotta clap people now. Like fuck it, y'all out here doing op shit.
We know Mordo gonna be like one of Strange's like arch nemesis. But it's a cool way in the movies how they kind of
They
made him a
balance.
bad guy or turned him into a bad guy.
But from his point of view, he's doing the right thing, which is technically the right thing. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those bad guys are like the worst. You know what I mean? In comics or even in the movies.
yeah, well, like you hate the fact that they're right, so you just like fuck them. But it's like they're indeed right. You just gotta hold that L on that.
Yo, Envy Astoria said Grandmaster and Bucky were the best besides Thanos.
Grandmaster. I don't even really think of him as a villain.
Me neither, but he's just somebody that that's past time in my opinion.
Like, he's just chilling. He just sitting on the car doing fuck rah shit. He like, hey, go collect some people, bring them here, fight them.
Yeah.
I guess.
But yo, Craig, who you got?
Well, I agree with Ronan the Accuser. I like the way he died because here he is with an Infinity Stone and he's just looking at like, what are you doing? I mean, that was like in the theater. I busted out laughing. Like I literally I busted out laughing.
Oh, you like the ooh child.
I liked when he said, "What are you doing?" That to me, like, what are you doing?
Like,
He is with an Infinity Stone, and he gets distracted. I thought that was funny. And another one is Baron Zemo, because his warfare was more psychological, and whether people understand this or not, that's the first time the quote unquote Avengers lost. Because like one guy said, he was like, how did it fail? And he said, did I fail? His goal wasn't to kill the Avengers; it was to
break
them.
It was
exactly what he did. So he completed his mission, so which was, hey, look, you all just can't, you guys have got to go.
Yeah, imaginary enemy agrees with you. He said, I think Baron Zemo and Loki are my top two after Thanos.
Yeah, and Thanos was what made Thanos scary is he actually believes in what he's doing. Like my mom watched it and she just asked the mom questions. She said, well, why didn't he just snap his fingers and have more resources?
Everybody was asking that actually.
Yeah,
he rationalizes
that's what I'm saying. Like those are like the most dangerous villains. Like they have like a cause where they think they're just. You know what I mean? Thanos believe in the whole Noah and Ark type.
For real, that's exactly
mentality.
what it is.
I read the Bible said this shit lit.
He's like, yo, destroy.
My man been around for a long time. Like this book right here, I'm gonna roll with this. We gonna.
Hey, can
I personally don't agree. I personally don't like that reasoning, but I get it for the movie aspect.
Well, at least he believed in it though. Like it wasn't like half-assed, bro. Like he was all in, bro. Like I don't care.
It wasn't like he pussy whipped for a girl in like the comics.
Oh yeah, we already know. Yeah,
she curving him every chance she gets.
Yo, Mistress Death was like, yo, she's just quiet the whole time. It's like, yo, I'm doing all this. I made this shrine for you.
And you're not paying me no attention.
She like, I'm gonna go fuck with this homie Deadpool over here. I'll see you later. All right? Hey, so what we doing?
Craziness.
You can see what they did, because at the end of Avengers, that's what that guy said, to court them, to go to fight them is to court death. That's why he turned and smiled, because he thought he'd get Lady Death's attention.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it was funny. I enjoyed it. So all the movies have been good.
Yo,
Go ahead.
as far as my two, is gonna be the GOAT, Adrian Toomes. Like I say, I like villains that they have like a cause of why they doing stuff. But Adrian Toomes, he started out with a good, well, not a good cause, but he had like a reason. You know what I mean? He just got fired from a certain position, and the people that caused this mess, you know what I mean, is the ones that clean up. It's like, yo, what about the hardworking fellas like me? That's how Adrian Toomes was in the original comics, and I like that. You know what I mean? I felt like he got a little greedy. Greed took ahead of him, where doing all these robberies and all that stuff. But overall, that whole dynamic with the car and Peter Parker, I love that scene to death, man. When he figured out,
it's probably one of the best scenes.
Yo, my man, all day in the building.
What up?
My man was like, I know who you are. I was like, yo.
No, he had the other realization. Spider-Man trying to pipe my daughter. What the fuck?
And then, he hit him with the classic scene, in Spider-Man, where my man pulling the building off him. I was like, yo, that was kind of gangster, man. I was like, this is kind of gang. I like that. Yo, Adrian Toomes, the Vulture, definitely like top two for me. And this one is, like I said, it's going to be very hypocritical. All right, guys. Bear with me, because as much as I complain about this movie, Hela was a badass.
She was badass. You can't deny it.
Listen,
you can't deny it, bro.
I don't know.
She's a close pick for me, bro.
Listen, the writers. Who's the writers? Craig.
Taika Waititi did most of that writing
for Ragnarok.
For Ragnarok.
Listen, they were high when they wrote that movie. But they had Hela break Mjolnir and snapped it with her hands.
Yeah, true.
I was like, yo, they made this chick into a badass, because there's villains that can't even do that. And they just made Hela do that in the instant. I was like, yo.
Well, at the time, she was more powerful than Thor. A lot of people they don't understand that. She was more powerful than Thor.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like this movie, yeah, they had a way more powerful than Thor. But yo, that's like one of the most like, strongest artifact or strongest weapons in Marvel. You know what I mean? And yo, she just me personally seeing that like a hardcore Hulk fan, and she just snapped that. I was like, what?
Hey, when your big sister come home and start breaking your shit, like,
it took me to a dark place, bro. I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Like, what kind of fuckery I'm about to get into now?
I was literally like, yo, what is going on here? You know what I mean? And I don't like Ragnarok, but I respect what they did to Hela. I don't like what they did to Hela, but I respect it. You know what I mean? But definitely top two, man. But yo, all day you just got in here. Just want to go over your list real quick, because you do have your list for a second.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get to your.
I heard a piece of paper. Vote.
No, we got his list up here. Let's go over your list. Yeah, we're gonna wait till the if you're looking at the video, it's gonna pop up soon. It's a little 5-second delay. But yo, your list is so symmetrical. It is so even down the line. Like, you got four movies in each tier.
Yep.
But go ahead and explain your list. It's up on the screen right now, and then we're gonna go to your villains.
All right. So first in my list is Civil War. Right. Classic. Can't deny it. Right. And then you got Winter Soldier.
Hold on all day. You just said that mad confident. Like, I think everybody in here about to clap you real quick.
Hey, wait a minute.
Civil War is dope.
All right.
Like, we've been waiting for how long? I mean, to see Civil War on the big screen, like, it's one thing to see the Avengers for the first time, or Iron Man, right? But then when you see the ultimate team up, bro, the finale, I mean, it's great. But Winter Soldier, number 2, I mean, I love hand-to-hand combat scenes. Choreography was great.
The choreography was definitely amazing.
It was on point, bro.
Definitely on point with that movie. The first Avengers, I had to put that on there. That was the first time seeing them on screen. Dope team up. Guardians of the Galaxy was dope. It was fun movie.
Mm-hmm.
A tier, Black Panther. No, I put him ahead of the rest. This list took me like 45 minutes to put together, bro.
Oh, you was thinking.
Man.
You was
I was
thinking.
I was going back to the theaters, reactions, reliving the moment type stuff. Right? So Black Panther is going to be first in tier A. I mean, great film. After watching it a few times, I kind of noticed more gripes with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I took it out of my S tier. As far as the pacing, I thought the pacing was kind of
Yo,
off.
Chuck that said that too.
Right, the pacing was a little off. Like it's just, I don't know. It felt all over the place for a little bit. The original Iron Man, like, come on, seeing Tony Stark on the big screen. Enough said, bro. It's Tony Stark,
Yeah,
the Batman of Marvel,
yeah.
man. Come on.
Hey, yo, who was that disrespecting the original Iron Man? Was Sentry?
Hell yeah.
Come on now, bro.
All day. You know I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. What you want to say about it? What you want me to say about it?
What, you like Iron Man 2?
Hell no.
Oh.
Nah, I think he rated all the Iron Mans pretty low.
Iron Man 1 was on C tier. Actually, I think, it was on C tier. Iron Man 1 is a step above 3 and 2. I'll give it that much. But if we're going to be completely honest about that movie, it's not as good as y'all think. Take them nostalgia glasses off.
What's the hate for Tony?
Hey, I don't even hate Tony. Well, hold on. I hate comic book Tony for being an asshat. Hold on.
I agree. Comic book Tony is an asshole.
Comic book Tony got Captain America clapped and then have the audacity to be like, I ain't want it to happen this way. Motherfucker. What? You can't get somebody clapped by the Red Skull and then say, I didn't want it to happen this way. That's on you, dumbass.
Right.
Hold that.
I say Iron Book. Comic book Tony Stark, and especially the later Tony Stark. Oh my, he been pissing me off. Like Cyclops. He's like Cyclops to me, yo, a little bit sometimes.
I hate Cyclops, nigga.
I think everybody hates Cyclops.
Everybody hates Cyclops.
Let me keep a brick with y'all about Cyclops. If you had telepathy, he trying to pipe.
Oh yeah,
right.
Emma Frost, I'm trying to pipe.
Cyclops, hey yo, but Emma was that was given though. Emma a freak. Let's be honest here.
I mean, she in the like Hellfire Club, all that wild shit. She about it. But I'm just saying, you got telepathy. Don't step your ass around Cyclops. He trying to give you the long D. He like, whoa.
Yo, even if you a clone, Cyclops got you.
Now, hey, let me talk to you, man. You look familiar.
Yeah, when he found out too, he's like, you know what?
It is what it is. I'm like, hey, I five everybody. Like,
it's cool, man. Let's have a son. Let's have a son. You know what I mean?
Right. So my next one was Thor Ragnarok. Playing, Hulk for my favorite all time. I mean, hey, Planet Hulk. They have to put in there somewhere. Animated movie.
They didn't need they don't have they didn't need Planet Hulk and Thor Ragnarok. Okay,
no, they didn't. But it was
that could have been a separate movie.
It was exciting. I mean, it was exciting. It's the Hulk. Planet Hulk, the best.
It was a cool fight scene. I get it, but I'm like, yo, you could have had this as your own movie. This would have been even better.
Do you think it's because the animated one already came out?
I don't think so. I just feel like they didn't want to do a single.
I don't think they want to do Hulk movies. Bro.
Yeah,
I don't think
so either.
That would have been.
Think they want to do those movies.
That would have been the perfect Hulk movie. I mean, the follow-up would have been different because from that follow, we got the strongest Hulk ever.
Yeah, World Breaker Hulk.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But it would have been a little bit different. But it would still have been cool to see that movie. That could have been a standalone movie for real, like by itself.
Well, I thought it was a little disrespectful. They didn't give him his own film. You know what I mean? They just shoehorned him in. You know what I mean? It's whatever. But you are right. He should have had his own film.
And they try to make him funny. I'm like, yo, this is Hulk, man. Yeah, you got the two other most non-funny characters cracking up jokes.
But it worked though, bro. Leave it alone, bro.
Man, come on, man.
Chemistry was there. Let it alone.
It was.
I'm gonna let y'all rock, man. I'm gonna let y'all rock.
Stop it.
I put Infinity War on the last on the A tier. It was a dope film. It wasn't my favorite, but I did like it a lot. So, what else? Now the B tier. We got Ant-Man. Now, for me, Ant-Man, I didn't really like him as a kid growing up anyway. So seeing him on the big screen really didn't move me, you know what I mean? But I mean, learning about his origin and the Wasp and all that shit, I mean, it's cool. It just seems super 70s. Like, this is something you thought of. I mean, it just.
Yo, this is the second Ant-Man they had, portraying as Ant-Man. But they did have my man Hank Pym in there, but they had him as an old dude, man. But I see that 70s flow that you talking about, but I feel like the original Ant-Man was dope.
Yeah, I really didn't care about Ant-Man, bro, not too much. Age of Ultron's trash. Next.
Thank you. Man.
Iron Man 3 was pretty garbage. I mean, they had some dope action sequences, but other than that,
trash.
It was trash. Doctor Strange, it was okay. Whatever. You gotta say. I mean, Doctor Strange, it is what it is. I mean, I thought it was kind of cool, but I feel like I was watching a bootleg version of Inception, so.
Man, yo, you disrespectful.
And I love Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is dope.
That movie was boring as hell, brother.
Yo, I ain't never heard that one before. You said a bootleg version.
All right, so next we got Captain America. I thought the movie was kind of slow to me.
Origin movie.
Yeah, it's an origin movie. Of course they're gonna be a little slow, but I just didn't really gravitate towards it as much as the rest. But Winter Soldier's the shit though. We ain't gonna deny that. Now, Homecoming, the Peter Parker biopic, right?
Oh wow!
Oh, you talking about the Peter Parker story? That's not his story,
right? It was. I don't know what. Wait, when did this movie launch? Anybody know the date?
It was last year, like in July. No, it was 2017.
No, 2 years. Yeah, 2017.
Yeah.
2017. Okay. So I felt like we was getting Spider-Man movies like every 3 years.
We were though.
They had the Sony ones.
Andrew Garfield. Yeah.
So
I actually liked the first one.
The first one was lit.
First one's good. But I'm a Spider-Man fanboy, so to see this character get rehashed, is getting movies frequently, and they're kind of not doing it for me overall. To sit back and wait for so long, this was the longest gap between we had on that.
Mm-hmm.
And to sit down in the theater and pay money to see this shit, to watch a Filipino kid that might steal the suit and swing out somewhere, right? It was just didn't do it. I mean, if it wasn't for the Voucher, bro, this movie would have been in my D list.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
You know what I mean? So I just think hopefully they do this. The new trailer looks dope, right? It looks dope.
Oh, for the Far From Home?
Yeah, Far From Home.
Yeah. Actually, that looks interesting.
Yeah, I'm Mysterio. I'm with that. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Oh man, I just felt like it was I felt like this was a straight to DVD Disney Sky High 2. Like,
my anticipation for Ant-Man and the Wasp was really high, but when I was watching, I was like, damn, I thought this would have been much better.
So campy, right? Like, so cliche. I mean, there was a couple of jokes in there that were pretty funny, but I felt like they relied too much.
There's a lot of important scenes in it, though, as far as like the whole, the snap and, the quantum realm and all that. But
yeah, of course. But I'm just saying, overall, as a film, I think that comedic, I don't know, like when do things get like serious, for Ant-Man? Because unless that's his whole character, his whole premise is being a comedian. I don't.
Hey, yo, Frozen, I'm asking the same question, man. Why did they make Ned lead Genki? As I said, the Peter Parker movie, that's that Peter Parker story. But it's cool, though.
Man, I don't know, man. That's fuck. And I got the Ed Norton Thor. Fucking Hulk. My bad. Oh man, I see why.
Yo, y'all put Hulk lower than me. I'm surprised. I feel
it came out after Iron Man. I think that's part of the problem because it came out after Iron Man.
Okay, gotcha.
And Iron Man to the high bar.
It wasn't a bad film. It's just, I don't know. We ain't gonna talk about it, man.
Yeah, they had one of the best scenes.
At the bottom again. God damn.
And I love
Thor.
Hey yo, you see what I'm saying, Chuck? You see what I'm saying?
We gotta keep on disrespecting.
My man Thor been down there the whole time, all day.
On y'all list.
No.
Thor, I enjoyed watching just because I didn't want to watch no sports. So I put that on one time, watched. I was like, you know what? It was all right film. It shit could have came out straight to TV.
Oh man.
All right. The Dark World. That's the second one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was forgettable as usual. And you know what? He does better in team up movies than his own.
Yo, y'all don't understand how triggered I am, but I'm holding back. Wait, go ahead.
I know you are.
Hey, I want all the smoke, man. Fuck Thor. Nah, Thor's cool, man. They give him the wrong piece of paper when they tell him to act. What is it? Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is trash. It shouldn't even exist anymore. It should cancel the whole series.
Agreed.
What else? And then Iron Man 2. Whew, we don't really like to think about this movie.
Yo, you know what's shocking? You got Iron Man 3 higher than 2 though.
That's crazy.
That's kind of shocking.
It was worse.
Yeah,
Iron Man 2 was worse.
Yeah, Iron Man 2's best part is one, they canonized the Peter Parker thing, and then they canonized Vibranium. That's really it's significant. You don't look at it like that.
Bro, I mean, look, Iron Man 3 had doper, cinematography. I think some of the shots were dope. The explosions, just the whole.
I think Iron Man 3 was more disrespectful than 2. Like they showed off Iron Man's, Tony Stark's, like arch nemesis, and they made him into a troll.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
That right there for me was like, nah. As much as 2, it had its cool scenes, but I was just like, nah, I can't put 3 over 2.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like when they told me, I was in the theater watching it. I'm like, yo, this is the real one gonna pop up right about. No, he's coming right. I'm all looking around like, this is.
Hey, Frozen, relax, bro.
That's like having the Abomination and Hulk defeat him in like one punch or something. It was not even like a good fight. It was like, yo, you just a regular human. You know what I mean? I was like, what the hell's going on here?
There's only one character can have all the rings. They got Thanos was coming, man. They couldn't.
Yeah, but I mean,
Iron Man 3 was pretty trash.
It was trash. Then they talking about
Mikey Rourke. Like, we're not gonna go there, man.
Listen, they had the extremist story mixed in with the Mandarin, talking about I'm the real Mandarin. I was like, yo, you need to sit your ass down and knock it off. And even in this picture right here, they got the Mandarin right here. You know what I mean? With a fake Mandarin. But yo, as far as your best MCU villain, who you got? Your top 2.
Top 2, Vulture and Thanos.
Okay.
Top 2.
All right.
And basically, I mean, just because of Vulture, he was a relatable villain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And his demeanor, Michael Keaton got, his acting, his range is pretty good, so he made the character believable. And that cab scene was like the best scene in the whole entire movie. So I had to give it to Vulture.
Yo, Loki, I think I'm not sleeping on Loki because Loki definitely did a lot to the MCU people. Mm-hmm. That triggered a lot of things off. Mm-hmm. And he's definitely up there for me, but I think Toombs and Hela was just badass.
Hela was dope too. When she came out, bro, I was even like, well, she's serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's serious, bro. Like, you felt the definition in that character, man. Like,
facts.
You felt it, bro. Like, you felt like she was
overpowered.
It was yo. They had no build up to her. They just went straight like, yo, I'm destroying your hammer and I'm taking over Asgard. You know what I mean?
I respect it though. Everything don't need to build up sometime, man. Sometimes you need to punch him in the face, just like how Thanos beat up Hulk, bro. Just to let you motherfuckers know, like, look, bro,
I'm
it's
that
different
guy
now. Like,
yep.
And that shit hurt my heart. I was
you know what's funny too? You know what's funny about that fight? A lot of people was like, well, Hulk wasn't fighting at true strength. He would be guys, I understand your Hulk fans. He's not beating Thanos no way, no love. I mean, World Breaker Hulk gonna stand a chance, but yo, you feel Thanos don't need a gauntlet to beat up no Hulk. Thanos is a monster.
Yeah. First and foremost, I just want to point out that man Thanos wasn't even using a Power Stone. He was just like, I'm gonna fuck about with him, see what happens.
Hey, bro, my man had moves though.
Yo, my man did like a Balrog type step, boop boop.
He was giving
him with the V skill, Chuck. He said flip.
He lined up the elbow. He said, "I got something for that ass." Wait a minute.
Yo, that's
I think that was just like a good to let people know, like, he was like a threat maker. You know, when you think of the MCU, like, their strongest people was Thor, Hulk. That's kind of like the Scarlet Witch.
Oh yeah, he put them to
dumped her down. But they kind of like the brute is like Hulk, and for him to come in just like, look, bro, that's not gonna work. It's over. It's like I was like, holy shit, they going here? Let's go. I was excited, man. It was actually pretty sick.
Oh yeah, the X-Men movies. We ain't even gonna talk about the X-Men or the Fantastic Four movies.
X-Men. Oh no, I have nothing to say.
Dark Phoenix. Oh man, but yo, let's get into this. Let's get into this, guys. Avengers Endgame predictions. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna see what do you think is gonna happen and what do you want to happen as far as like an ending towards the movie. And let's go with my man Craig. Yo, Craig, what you got? Okay. Craig there?
Hello?
Oh, you probably not there. Oh no, he's on mute. My bad. Go ahead, Sentry.
Oh, my bad.
Oh no, all right, go ahead, Craig.
Well, I was just gonna say real quick. I think it's gonna make a shit ton of money. I got it at 287 million opening weekend. I think it's gonna be one of the. But as far as what's gonna happen, this is no inside baseball. I think they're going to. I think they're going to go to where Thanos is, and they're going to fight him again, and he's going to beat them again. Then when they're all despondent and tore up, is when I think Ant-Man will come back, followed very quickly by Tony Stark. I think Stark goes to Wakanda and figures something out. Since Shuri, remember, his scan Vision. I think somehow Vision does make a comeback. Even without the stone, or maybe with some type of hybrid stone to power him. And then they go back through the quantic realm, and they just kind of, I won't say they don't go back in time, they kind of go sideways, and somehow they fight him, and they all beat him, all of them together, but I think Cap dies. Just based on what he said on his THR interview, I think he dies. That's my prediction.
Who else want to go next?
I'll go.
All right, go ahead, Sentry.
What I think is gonna happen, since we got Carol there, she showed up and she got. Well, hold on. How many of us have seen Captain Marvel?
I think
we all seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet? All right.
No, I haven't seen it.
I can't say nothing, but yeah. Well, she, like, if you seen the trailer, you saw her. So yeah, she show up. They go through the quantic realms. They get stuck in a time loop because remember there is that leak photo of them back in the OG Avengers uniforms for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
All except that they could have leaked it on purpose.
Yeah, they could have, but I don't think you take that picture for no reason.
They've been saying they've been like trying to throw people off. They actually
but my thing is, if you take a picture of that, that means you either cut that scene out entirely or it's there for a reason. Sometimes the best trolls are the ones that aren't a troll. It's just you saying something in plain sight and people overthink it.
You know one thing about the trailer about this movie, I can't take it seriously because just like Infinity War, you remember in Infinity War we saw Hulk running in Wakanda, but that didn't happen at all.
He's never there. That's what I was saying. I'm not looking at none of these trailers like nothing, bro.
Yeah, like
especially right now.
Don't read too deep into the trailers. Like, I think they beat Thanos. I think that this is the thing that's gonna happen. I don't think either Steve. I think they reconcile, they homies again, and they retire. What happens after that, though, is this. I feel like the Avengers break up, but then they do new Avengers like a couple years later. The new Avengers team: Scarlet Witch, Vision, Black Panther is the leader. Carol, I said Spider-Man already, right?
No.
D.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Spider-Man.
You said Scarlet Witch. Yeah.
Okay. A Vision. There's a couple other people. You could probably spin Falcon, and then Buck is going to be Cap. We all know this. He's still under contract for a lot of more movies, so that shit out there. And then this is the thing, because what we don't realize is, remember, Guardians 3 is the last Guardians movie for that team. That variant of Guardians is done after that. So we're going to get a new team. So way I'm thinking is, a couple other people are going to get introduced. I'm not sure about this, but once they beat Thanos, they're going to need a new big bad. And this is just my personal hope. We need Annihilation Conquest. Because if you have not read Annihilation Conquest, that is probably To me, that is better than Infinity War in the lead up to it. If you read fucking Annihilation Conquest, people got slapped out there in the cosmos. People, whole civilization's gone. Annihilus was just walking through like he was set tripping in that bitch. He was just throwing the gang signs, walking through planets like, hey, yeah, motherfucker, Big Beasley. Couldn't nobody do nothing with him. So they had to call in Big T, Thanos. They called in everybody. Nova, like the end of that shit, Nova said, fuck all this dumb shit. I'll rip him in half myself and rip this shit. And that's like, I feel like that's where they going. Like, you can't, like, if you end with Thanos, I don't think they kill him. Like, it's that type of character. If they kill him, I'm like, you kind of wasted him. That's just me, though.
Okay. Yo, Chuck, what you got, man? Yo, Ravishing, what's good, bro? That's my guy right
I think,
there.
I don't know, man, because, I do feel like they'll beat Thanos somehow, and kind of transition into the new era with the X-Men and stuff like that. I think they're gonna try to tease something a little bit. I feel like Thanos isn't gonna be like the last big boss we'll see. Maybe they'll tease, maybe like a Galactus or something. I mean, I think they want to throw something out there, kind of how like they did with Thanos in the first Avengers movie. Just kind of throw something out there at the end, like, okay, now we have to look forward to this character. But I feel like they'll beat Thanos. I think Thanos will probably, armor up one more time, smack him around a little bit, but end up losing at the Marvel. And I do feel like I think Iron Man or Captain America, one of those guys are going to die. It just kind of makes sense. They really been trying to go for like this. I'm not gonna say mature because it's still a comic book, but it can't be mature. But I think somebody's gonna get off like for real, not just turned into dust. I feel like a lot of those characters will come back for the most part. But I feel like it's looking like it seemed like they want to tease Iron Man dying, but I think it's gonna end up being Captain America. It makes more sense.
Yeah, that's a pretty good synopsis. And it's hard to know because they have said that
I'm saying you don't know.
Yeah, the Russos have said that they have shot 8 scenes.
Wait. So what we saying? What we saying? Cap gonna die and Falcon's gonna be Captain America?
Hell no, Bucky.
I don't think they're gonna waste that on.
Yeah, because what was saying going forward that Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, they're not your new core Avengers. And the outside, you'll still have, because you got to look at whose contracts are up. And in their original big three, all their contracts are up. And these new guys, I mean, they still have like Captain Marvel's character. She's still got 5 more movies on her contract.
So so that's what I'm saying. So I think they're gonna definitely tease something at the end of this, man. It could be like a hot, quick second, bro, and just like, oh shit, that's coming, and it's gonna, go on hiatus for a little bit. What's coming out next year? Like, what's next year?
Oh, they got the Eternals movies coming out.
That's next year.
Did Miss Marvel ever run?
I think that's next year.
A version of a sector of the Avengers.
Mighty.
The Young Avengers.
No, in the comics she ran Mighty and another team other than Alpha Flight and some other shit.
Okay.
Who you talking about? Captain Marvel?
Yeah, it's Marvel.
People will riot. Captain Marvel kills Marvel. That's definitely gonna happen. I feel like because they even said like they're gonna give her, because she's pretty OP. Even in the movie, she'll not really use her shit like that yet. And she's still OP as fuck.
Oh yeah,
so
Carol Danvers is a badass.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, she's definitely OP as hell. So I definitely think they're gonna try to, don't let her come in and just save the day, because that'll be kind of lame in my. I hope they don't do that.
Oh no.
If
Thanos is punking Thor, he's gonna punk Captain Marvel as well, but there's a better chance that both of them is working together.
Well, I don't know about that one, Chief. You might have to wind back.
Oh, yo, since you don't do it, listen. Thor, Captain Marvel. Let me get my prediction. Then we're gonna go into it. Let me get my. All right, this is guys. This is not even a prediction. This is what's going to happen. All right.
Okay, break it down. Bro.
I already went over to the MCU headquarters.
Right.
You know what I
You
mean?
talking to Kevin Feige? I see.
Yeah, spoke to them. I said, listen, y'all already messed up with some of my characters. I need y'all to do this in this movie. Get this, all right? So this is what's going to happen here. There's a reason why Nebula is still alive, okay? I do feel that there's people that's going to die in this movie. I think both of them is going to die. Tony Stark and Captain America is going to die. But, some encounter is going to happen where Thanos loses the glove, or he probably think that he killed off everybody, but Nebula is still there for some reason. But Nebula is going to get her hands on that glove, and she's going to reverse the time. But before that happens, they're going to put Thanos into the quantum realm, and that's how they really defeat Thanos, right?
Like a time trap.
Yeah, they're gonna have him trapped in there, and Nebula is gonna reverse everything, bringing her sister back and everybody that killed off, Thanos that snapped away. They're all gonna come back. So that's how you're gonna see Captain America, Iron Man come back and all that. But here's the kicker. This is the kicker here. A new villain has arrived. A new enemy, a new challenger is here.
Galactus.
Not even Galactus. I think they're going to have Adam Warlock is going to be the new enemy, and they're going to more so not use him as Adam Warlock, but more use him as the Magnus, where he is going to try and take over the Infinity Gauntlet, and it's going to be a whole bunch of shit going on. You know what I mean? Because there's still some avenging that I keep forgetting the race name, the golden people that created Adam Warlock, in the end of Galaxy, the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, it was teased that the High Council, the chick, she created Adam Warlock to get revenge on the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I think that's going to tie in too with Adam Warlock appearing. And
I like that.
They're called the Sovereign, the Golden.
Yeah, the Sovereign. There it is. But in the comics, it was created by somebody different. I think it would start with a K. I can't remember the name specifically. But yeah, the Sovereign race.
Kree?
Not the Kree. They're not called the Kree. But there's a certain race that created Adam Warlock. But yeah, in the movies they have him at the Sovereign race. But yeah, I think that's going to happen, and Adam Warlock is going to be more like the Magnus. The Magnus is like his other half, his evil side, where is his lust of power. Where Adam Warlock in the comics, he have like a attachment to the Soul Stone, and through that, like the Magnus, his other side comes out of him. He's like a total badass. That's how Infinity War and my man the Living Tribunal will say, yo, shut that damn gauntlet down. And that's it. You know what I mean? But I do feel like they're going to continue with that. And as far as the ending, you might see like a cosmic entity appear. I do think like a Galactus will appear. But the reason why I will go with more so the Living Tribunal is the fact that they actually tease the name. You know what I mean? I know they couldn't do it because Galactus, was on the Fox and all that stuff, but you never know. If they do, I'll be hyped for it. But Galactus coming as an enemy with a, I think one of those Fox characters is going to get introduced, like at the end or something. I feel like they're going to get introduced because
I've been thinking that too. That's what I'm saying, because like it's been done for a while, like the whole deal, but it just wasn't finalized or whatever. So I'm pretty sure there's like, look, man, we gonna do this. They're gonna get this out the way. It's gonna be a short teaser. I think it's gonna be a short teaser.
That's all they need. A nice little short teaser, show who it is. Doesn't matter who it is, honestly. I feel like the MCU needs a reboot anyway.
This would be the perfect chance. Yeah.
So with that reboot, that's why I know a lot of people saying that Iron Man and Captain America, they're gonna die off. I think Chris Hemsworth, his contract is up a little bit too. They're just gonna reboot it and have different casts and all that stuff. But as far as my prediction, that's what. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'll say you're right, because I don't think they're gonna go from one big boss to another, because then it'll be kind of similar to the comic books, right? Event after event after event. I don't think they're gonna do that route. They're gonna build these new usher in the new wave of Marvel characters. or the one that get the spotlight now, other than the other three. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna jump right into another battle now.
And I don't think they're going to do anything with the Fox characters. They literally just got them last Thursday morning.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I'm not saying that they're gonna be like official, like you know, like the end credits. You might see like a little teaser of somebody.
That's what I'm saying. That's all it's gonna be. It's not gonna be nothing in the movie. I think the movie been done for a while, but they can do a little teaser at the end.
Well, I understand. I mean, again, I can. Yeah, they just got those characters. It's not that they can't go in and shoot something real fast, but I mean, if anything, I think Kevin Feige did say that they set things up so that going forward they'll be able to have mutants in there. But I don't know because he hasn't even announced Phase 4 yet. So
that's why I feel like there's going to be some type of reboot going on, and I do think that I would like them to introduce Adam Warlock and more cosmic entities. Because if you got the Fantastic Four, there's no way you're gonna keep them on Earth. You know what I mean?
No, you can't.
Already, Adam Warlock has a tie-in with Galaxy, Thor, Galaxy.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like Adam Warlock would be cool, and he does play an integral part. You know, with the Infinity Stones and all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Now, do you think Captain Marvel leaves and helps Thor find another planet to settle Asgard, or do you think they stay on Earth for a little bit?
They moving to Oklahoma, fam.
Asgard gonna be on Earth now in Midgard.
Because people got to understand when Thanos snapped his fingers. See, when we first see Thanos in Infinity War, he murders 50% of the Asgardians. When he snaps his fingers, he kills the other 25%. So Thor's power is only at 25%. So at the beginning of Endgame, Captain Marvel is the strongest Avenger based on her power set. Now, does that mean she's going to be the only Avenger that does something? No, I think they all get defeated, like I said, and then they come back to Earth, and as they're defeated, they're a defeated group. Then eventually they run into, I think, Scott Lang. That's the key. I mean, do you think we'll see Ghost? See, I think that's something that they haven't said yet. They said there's over 54 characters in the movie.
That's going to be in this movie?
What, Endgame?
Endgame. Yeah, because Ghost, she can be in it real quick. And I think that Fishburne's character and Ghost, I don't think they got dusted. But I think they're going to have an intricate part to play. I would like to see that.
Oh yeah, Craig, points on out.
Yeah.
Apparently, and this is like when they confirmed like the Valkyrie wasn't dead, I'm like, wow. So that like when he clapped 50% of Asgard, apparently the stone, like when he did that shit, it didn't touch him. I'm like, well, that's.
Well, so, I mean, he got the first 50% when they were leaving, and then as Valkyrie and them escaped, but then 25% of the people she escaped with got dusted. So Thor's power is down to 25%.
Oh man, Thor fucking up. He really
man.
Listen,
so
Thor.
Stormbreaker. That's why when he threw Stormbreaker at him, he wasn't at full power. He was only at 50% power. So talking about Thor. Had that been full power Thor, he would have killed Thanos with that Stormbreaker.
Yo, which is crazy.
To even think about that.
Like I said, I love Thor to death, man, but that's not happening, Chief.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But MCU, man. That's why it's cool, you know what I mean, that, doing stuff like this, get a lot of different perspectives, and, just talk about, nerd shit, you know what I mean? But let me give away this 1 month Marvel Unlimited code here, and there's a trick to it where I'm going to ask you guys a question. So I'm going to post a question. I'm also going to read it out to you guys in the chat, and whoever answers it first correctly will win the code to Marvel Unlimited. And this is going to be Infinity or Thanos themed with a little twist. Hopefully, somebody get it right away. So here is the question, guys, to win a voucher for Marvel Unlimited, 1 month free. So here you go. In Infinity Gauntlet #1, first issue. This is where Thanos did the famous. Who was the first character shown after Thanos snapped half the universe out of existence?
Damn, I know the answer to. Fuck.
Is it Nebula?
No, don't answer, Craig. Don't answer. Let them answer here. Who is the first character shown after Thanos snapped half the universe out of existence? This is the next page after he snapped everybody out of existence. Who's the first person to answer will win the copy or the voucher for Marvel Unlimited.
I'm looking that shit up right now. Who the character?
You guys can't. Well, I can't have you guys answer in the chat. Nah,
I definitely know who it is. I thought about it too. I was like, I definitely know who it is. I can't answer this shit.
Who can Google it faster? Come on, chat.
No, Nebula is not the right answer.
Got them Google foo fingers, man.
If they Google Ultron right shit.
This is, by the way,
Jarvis.
This is, by the way, one of the homework assignments for next episode of From Comics to Movies podcast. Adam Warlock, nope, that's not the answer. Yo, Big Keith, what's good? Hold on, let me mute the chat real quick. I'm gonna mute the chat real quick. As far as you guys, I can hear them, but you guys can hear them. I want to see their answer. All right, what's the answer y'all got? Who you guessing? Craig? Frozen, you wrong. Who you guessing? Okay, nope. Who you got, Chuck? All right, Chuck, you the man. Yeah, that's right. Chuck got it. All right. So let's see, guys, who it is. Who is the first person, the first character shown after Thanos snapped the universe out of existence? You guys got it. You guys got it.
That music.
Marvelous.
Ant-Man, nope. This is a famous scene too. You guys definitely got it. Should I give him a hint?
No
hints?
That's
okay.
It's actually way too easy. That's the reason I said no.
Okay.
Stop getting away.
Hey, that's like the best opening cartoon. I mean, that's
I wish that wasn't it. It's really not. That's the sad part.
No,
that's a cold thing right there.
It's a cold game, Pim. It's like a Pim.
It looks like we got to give a hint here. We got to give a hint. I'm going to be sneaky as hell with this hint.
He said Wonder Woman.
Be creative with the hint.
No, not Uwato. I said Uwato. No, Awato. The Watcher. No, not Gamora.
No.
I'm surprised y'all ain't get this yet, yo. I'm surprised.
It's actually quite easy. That's the sad part. I ain't even trying to come at y'all, Chad. I'm just saying y'all not thinking. Y'all thinking too hard.
No X-Men.
Stop thinking outside the box.
Right, here it is. Let me give a clue here. A hint.
I mean, call your name everybody.
He said, more X-Men, Professor X. I don't know who.
X Factor, everybody.
This is a hint, but this is a very, very nerdy hint. This character looks up to a certain scientist called Max Modell. That's the hint that I'm giving.
Some people ain't gonna give it. You gotta give me a hint.
Yo, Big Keith got it.
Big Keith look that shit up.
Big Keith got it. Big Keith got it. Yep.
I'm like, damn, Joe, you kind of just gave it to him.
Yo, Spider-Man was the first character shown after Thanos did the infamous snap to snap out the existence. It was a huge scene where Spider-Man, he was swinging in New York and his spider sense started tingling and he was like, yo, something strange just happened here, because there was a whole bunch of people here at Times Square, and where they went.
Funny enough, the panel in particular, there's a woman who's looking for her baby, and her baby gets snapped.
Oh yeah, it got snapped away. Yep.
I was like, what?
Damn.
Yep. Very gangster scene. So yo, Big Keith, yo, if you're on Twitter, hit me up on Twitter, and I'm gonna DM you the code to Marvel Ultimate. This is my Twitter handle. Just to let you know. But yeah, that's my Twitter handle right there on Twitter. And that's hit me up and I'll follow you right back. He said Jesus Christ again. But yeah, guys, this is pretty much
this is fun, man. This is definitely
pretty much the first episode, man. The first episode.
I'll help you with some trivia questions next week, bro. I got some already.
Yeah, man. Definitely, guys. If you guys are interested in the next episode, this is a monthly podcast. Where the next episode is going to be episode 2, The Mad Titan, where we're going to be talking about Thanos. And the majority of the references that we're going to be talking about is Thanos Quest and Infinity Gauntlet, where you guys can read as well. So you guys can head over to Marvel Unlimited. I think they give you probably 2 weeks free or something like that, or a week free. Probably use it.
About to go sign up. That sounds dope.
Use it around, Endgame come out, and catch up on those 2 comics, and then we're gonna talk from there. But just gonna do the outros, and everybody do your shout outs and stuff like that. Starting one man, Craig Harris, the Messiah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate being here, man, and hopefully get back on next month. And are you gonna do it before the Avengers or after the?
We're gonna do after. If you guys are interested, let me know. So I can write it down. I'm a person that gotta write it down. If I don't write it down, I'm gonna forget. Ask Chuck.
I respect it.
I'll be going to check that movie out at least. That's gonna be tough to get tickets opening weekend. So,
yeah, it's gonna be rough, bro. You better get.
Oh yeah, you gotta get it early.
Rough.
You gotta get it early.
It's gonna be rough. Yeah.
I'm hoping that we get a new trailer Wednesday when I'm off, that way I can run to the theater and get, Friday and Saturday tickets. But I got a sneaking feeling that that would have been a good one. When do you think the next trailer is coming out? But I appreciate you being here and letting me here, brother. And anytime. Shout out to the panel in the chat. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, man. That's Craig Harris, guys. If you guys want to follow him on Twitter, I'm about to give y'all the link real quick to Craig's Twitter.
And I got Twitch too, or whatever that thing is called.
Yeah, definitely give me all your links, because I'm gonna have it all in the description.
Oh, okay.
But right now I'm just gonna, let's post to the Twitter in the chat. Guys, definitely follow him. Upchuck Gaming. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, what's good, man? It was definitely a pleasure, man. Thank you for having me on, man. Nice the panel, y'all seem like real cool dudes. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, man, I definitely enjoyed this, man. Age of Ultron still stings, and Focus A tier. Let's go. All right. That's all I got. Oh, yeah. Follow me at Upchuck Gaming on Twitter. I have a podcast every Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Pacific Eastern time. If you're in the fighting games, man, me and my man Dre, we talk about tournaments. We talk about all the news and stuff. We do that every Tuesday. So, yeah, if you're into fighting game, man, go and hit that sub button on YouTube, Upchuck Gaming. Same thing. And once again, thank you, Jabari, my brother, TOA, in the building.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man, that's Chuck is a TOA member. Definitely show some support, man. Fighting Game Podcast. I always repeat everything that he say after too, man. It's funny. You know what I mean? Check him out.
It's been like
Tuesday.
That for years, bro.
It's been like that for years. Like I noticed that every time I catch myself, like, yo, Chuck be saying it, and I'll just repeat it right after. But it is what it is. That I'm just like that. I'm sorry, but yeah, guys, those are the 2 Twitter links right there. First one is Craig Harris. Second one is Upchuck. The next one is All Day Digital. All Day. Let them know who you are, man.
What's up, man? Thanks for having me, bro. It's a pleasure being here talking these comics. All this nerdy shit. What we do. And shout out to the chat for stopping by. Hopefully see y'all next month, man. I'm trying to order these tickets now.
Man, I'm staying up, bro.
Next episode is going to be lit, man. It's going to be lit. It's going to be lit.
Yeah, for sure. You guys want to follow me? It's all_day_ on Twitter. And thanks for having me, bro.
Yeah, man, definitely a pleasure having you. And then we got my man Century, the Unusual Suspect podcast. I think host. Yeah, host. Yeah,
I run that shit. I run Phase and Street Fighter if you keep playing me.
Okay.
I mean,
this Century right here, yeah. Century be talking that hot trash over here, Chuck.
Huh?
Century be talking that hot trash over here, man.
listen, will like the All Father Yipes would say. I get the scoops.
All right.
I don't play Marvel, but I definitely got the scoops, man. Y'all know where y'all can catch me. Twitter, Century XJ, because somebody got the tag Century and that person's an asshole. Not really, but yeah. Twitter, no, let's say Twitter. Twitch, Century XJ. Someone once again has that name. I guess they're a good person. I don't know. I haven't met them. Probably asshole. I play video games, do podcasts, live in a gated community because I moved out the hood, thank God.
Mm-hmm.
I read comic books, so if y'all want to come at me reckless, just understand I will do like fucking 1960 Doctor Strange will do and snap your ass out of existence. Please trust.
Shit.
I got a spell for everything, my boy. Got a spell for everything.
Yeah, Century from Tennessee as well, right?
I am from Memphis.
Oh, Memphis. My bad.
My brother in arms, Jack Johnny, the Pony Commissioner. Like, yeah, but yeah, people disrespect us mostly out here, but yeah, I ain't got shit else to say. Let me get the fuck up out of here for people try to come lynch me.
Yeah, guys, but yeah, like I said, everybody's link to their Twitter is in the chat. Just click on the link and follow them. These guys are really cool people, and I would definitely appreciate you guys following. Like I said, next month is going to be episode number 2. If these guys want to come back, all they gotta do is hit me up. But I think Tony as well is going to try and come on. And we'll see if BGU will come on as well. But it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. Like I said, I'd probably say the first couple of episodes is gonna be like special podcasts just to get more of like a chemistry going with this podcast. So it's not an easy podcast, but it's definitely a cool one to do. So definitely appreciate you guys coming through. Shout out to my man Big Keith for winning the 1 month of Marvel Unlimited. It's a dope app. Definitely go use it. And I think everybody in here, if you guys are listening to the podcast, also subscribe to it. It's a cool app if you guys are interested in comic books. There's a lot of them on there. You know what I mean? But yeah, about to get up out of here. Enjoy your night. It's Friday night. The mood is right. Gonna have some fun. Show how it's done.
Oh God.
From Comics to Movies Podcast, episode 1. We gone. Deuce.
This guy.
Yo,